Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. Looking at North American stock futures back to the upside this morning in a big way. Another round of solid earnings news and continued optimism surrounding global economies starting to reopen, lifting the market back to the upside after a big sell-off we saw late in the day yesterday. Home improvement retailer Lowe's, along with Target, both posting earnings that came in a little bit better than expected, especially on the Target end of things, pointing to online sales that were a lot higher than expected. We're also seeing continued move higher for microcap 3D printer NNDM, up 45%. Luckin Coffee shares have resumed trading after a month-long halt. We'll talk about that. Have a look at Luckin shares down more than 30% at this point this morning. On the data front, we got Canadian April inflation figures out this morning. It was negative 0.2% versus a negative 0.1% decline for April here in Canada expected. It's also Wednesday, so crude oil inventory is coming up at 10:30. It's Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there's a look at Asian markets from overnight. Yeah, posting slight gains right across the board there. India leading the way to the upside, 2+% for the Nifty. Both Chinese markets back in positive territory. Good to see. Let's go over to Europe and have a look at how things are shaping up so far throughout the European landscape. Pretty muted, a little bit negative for Italy, Spain, and Switzerland. It looks like to the downside there. England leading the way higher. We'll go over to North America and see how futures are looking here as we head towards the open. Yeah, nice gains on the way to nice gains, I should say. 1+% advances for U.S. markets. The TSX futures here in Toronto up a full percent. Brazil's open already, trading up about 1% as well. There's Bitcoin higher today. Crude oil about flat on the day. We have gold to the upside at this point as well. All about Luckin Coffee this morning, guys. Out of nowhere, Luckin Coffee shares back trading once again after a month-long halt. Down, though, significantly. I mean, this volume is pretty impressive in the pre-market here.
What's not impressive is it's going to be a fail looking at my charts today with these executions. It's very active. It's done 18 million shares, and I've almost done 100 trades today so far. Shorting this at 3, shorting this one at 290. If I try to zoom in to show you guys here, let's see. We're shorting 280 was a massive hold. It was a breakdown at that price very, very early in the pre-market. At about 8 o'clock, it was a breakdown at 280. It then retested that level. I was over shorting in front of it. Able to take some out here in front of 250, which has held a couple of times. I mean, this is going to do a ridiculous amount of volume. The volatility's in. They're still likely getting delisted. There's an appeal process for that. Who knows how long that's going to play out, but should be a fun ride while it goes.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm already up more now than I pretty much was at the end of the show yesterday. So good little start here for Luckin. You got to hammer those things. My chart a little simpler, less executions, but same idea. Short, 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 short. Everything short. Short as soon as I sat down here, 8:30, we shorted it. We got out, that's 266, out some there, 55s. We're going to be holding for, I mean, all the way. I mean, I'm just going to hold for, I said just as a joke, I'm going to get these out at $1.50, but we may do that. So we'll just wait to see what happens. We're going to be crushing this thing as we go, guys, through it. Thank you, Lousy Gamer. We'll hit a slap shot there. I hope you're short. Luckin with us. Thanks for that early super chat, guys. Keep those coming today, Brendan.
That's a great name, Lousy Gamer. I think that would be fitting for me as well, Lousy Gamer. Good job. Let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Hello everyone and welcome to Trader TV Live. Guys, I wish you a great trading day and we are here to make it better. Subscribe to our channel and catch us live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Shout out to our viewer for the first super chat. That's amazing. I wish you a very profitable day. And guys, you can find super chat down below our live chat. You can see it as a $sign. Also guys, we are sending out our watch list every morning for free. In order to receive, hit the link link I'm sending on the chat and simply put your name and email address. Guys, we are having some issues with yahoo.com and we are working out to make it work. So if you signed up with Yahoo account and didn't receive our watch list, please sign up again with your Gmail account or any other mail. And of course, guys, today we are having our next trader guest, Dane. We are very excited and you can also participate. Send your request at marketing@tradertv.live and join us on the studio to trade together. And guys, it's our tradition to get more than 200 likes before the market opens. So hit the thumbs ups, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Yeah, lots to get to this morning. Obviously, our next guest trader of the day coming up at 11:25 this morning. Dane is going to join us. We're very excited to have Dane on again 11:25 this morning. If you're interested in participating in the guest trader of the day segment, Valeria is going to send out a link that you can send an email to, and we'll try and get you on the show as well. Let's jump right into things here, guys. Lots to get to. Obviously, we mentioned Luckin there briefly. I mean, the news just basically down 30+% this morning, now 40% right off the bat, resuming trading after being halted on April 7th because of accounting irregularities and inflated annual sales. Still some question marks surrounding that. There's a number of lawsuits still underway as far as Luckin goes. They did receive a NASDAQ notification earlier in the week that they're going to be delisted from the NASDAQ. As Neil mentioned, they are appealing that process. Is there any kind of significant levels we can work off of here, guys? We're kind of in no man's land when it comes to actual levels on Luckin, but how do we approach this thing today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the daily chart's not going to tell you much. There was a 375 where the bottom when it closed, and that was important if you were watching it at 7 a.m., and it doesn't matter now. There was a bit of a bid here when I sat down at 280. I was shorting into that one, and then when it broke, I was sort of just shorting in front of $3 because I had nothing else to work with. And then when that broke, it turned into a nice little resistance point. It was a good short the first time. It bounced up there the second time, and that's where you get that 10% return that we're looking at here, the 250 that we held to, both Sean and I. So I think 280 looks like it's going to be a bit of a level. Shorting in the 70s worked well. Someone's buying it up at 250 for whatever reason. There's people that can short cover here, people that I guess have a lot of hope. Who knows what it might be, but certainly forget about the daily chart. You can throw that out the window.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could throw that out the window. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way here, guys. We asked about some imbalance locators here. We only have New York right now, NASDAQ. I'm not sure when NASDAQ comes out. I'll do some more research on that one, and we'll see if that comes out, if they have the morning imbalance that we get. But right here, yeah, no LK on here, and Luckin's a NASDAQ stock, guys. So anyone asking for that, you do have Delta. Shout out to Robert. Delta's on here as well. We'll talk about that stock in a bit. Up another 3% today. So yeah, that's what it is. Right now, I'm hella short Luckin, and we'll continue to be so, and we'll be shorting even more as this coffee maker obviously can't compete with Starbucks, and let alone the delisting process. So let's wait to see here what happens with Luckin Coffee. We're still hella short. We're going to wait until 240, 250 at least from now. We're going to wait for about 240 down here. When that breaks, we go even more short, guys.
All right, let's go over to earnings world today. We have Lowe's first up on the earnings train. They reported a more than 11% jump in same-store sales for their latest quarter. Even with the virus pandemic, they were deemed to be an essential service in the U.S., so they were able to keep most stores open throughout the virus pandemic. So earnings came in at $1.77 per share, adjusted versus $1.32 expectations. Revenue, $19.68 billion versus $18.32 expected. So we saw Home Depot, guys, yesterday kind of missing when it came to their latest quarter. But nice look here for Lowe's, but looks like we're already breaking back to the downside.
I mean, you get the gap up. You have 126.73-ish, I guess, around there is the all-time high. Well, at least it was before. It did move off of that. It's not that surprising. We've seen beats this session where anything that hits that high and a gap up tends to turn around off of that level. So it's not entirely shocking. I'll be likely shorting Lowe's in front of it if it tries to get back to that 126. Certainly hasn't happened yet. I have support on Lowe's at 118.50, and then 125 is probably a good starting point. If there's a big shoot up in the market in the morning, I'll probably have a shot shorting 125 in front of that high of the day.
Lowe's, yeah, we're going to wait for I just wrote down 123. I haven't looked at it in a bit because I'm digging into this. Oh yeah, darn it, there goes 123 already. Okay, yeah, we wanted 123 short. I'm just talking about digging into luck in here as it just continues to fall, and so nice little trade. But yeah, lows now, you're going to be looking at this break, 122.50. I saw what Walmart did yesterday. Retail space obviously really huge here. Lows, big moves off the bottom. I mean, it's a double, guys. I mean, this is just not an unprecedented move, but for a company like Lowe's, I mean, give me a break. I guess it was well overdone here. Should they be back to peak? Probably not. That's what I was looking at there. Same thing you saw with Home Depot yesterday as well. 126.85. A lot of bunch up here. What is this level here? 118. Yeah, we're not near there. Lowe's is not so exciting to me anymore now that it's broke through 123. But like Neil said, if it gets back up to some of those levels, then let's fade them, because right now it's a little too overdone, but you never know what's going to happen in the first couple minutes.
All right, let's go to Facebook, guys. Facebook, an interesting look today. And companies, they're saying as well, going to be participating in Facebook shops. So yeah, it's still 2.7% here for Facebook,
Sound is
guys.
off, apparently.
Nice look, 223 here.
Okay, yeah, we're working on the sound, guys. We'll have to figure that out. Okay.
Yeah, just looking at
back. Good.
Oh, there we go. We are back on Facebook. I mean, I'll let Sean take the bulk of this here. 224.20, obviously a top there. I have support a couple levels down, 220 even, 216.30. I think there's a long way before you get there. It has to be quite the market sell-off to get me to those levels. Otherwise, I'm just sort of watching that high, 240, 224.20. Let's see if we can't take that one out. Just looking over here at the daily chart, you go back and see that's a 52-week high. Sean, what are you looking at for Facebook?
Yeah, so I'm already long here. I just took a small long one again when I sat down the same time as I took that luck in short. I love Facebook. Yesterday I got some love again on Twitter. Thank you for much for those guys, everyone going long here. 215 on this break that we called yesterday, and then you get it right up to 220. Well, obviously was not expecting that kind of a move, but thanks for that love there. Look at Walmart, guys. This is kind of what we're talking about. I know Walmart's killing it, and I know Lowe's is killing it as well. But yesterday, those of you that cashed in, this is where we were short yesterday, guys. 131.50. If you remember on Walmart, that's where I had that short. I pegged down here 128.60. That's right where we got out. And then look what happened the rest of the day, down to 125. So yesterday was a nice little $6 winner if you kept that on Walmart. So that's sort of where my Lowe's love for the short came through. So we'll wait to see what Lowe's wants to do here at 122.50 now that it's back up. But Luckin Coffee broke that $2.50, and your boy is already having chicken for dinner because that's a big time winner, Brendan.
All right, guys, we'll go on to NNDM here. Just to reiterate, if we had some audio issues there, Facebook launching their new app called Shops, venturing into the e-commerce space. So that was the news on Facebook, up this morning on that news. Nano Dimensions, this one was just absolutely crazy yesterday. NNDM, I think it was more than 200 million shares when all was said and done. A little micro-cap company, 3D printer that was successful in printing the first ever 10-layer circuit board that can be used in computer chips using one of their proprietary inks. So yeah, I went ahead and paid for some locates right about in here, and then yeah, that happened. So an offering this morning, $38 million share offering in the pre-market, guys. We're back down below 3, but still 20 million plus shares already on NNDM.
The good news is I paid for the shorts too, Brendan, and the better news is I did short it. The bad news is I was busy trading luck, and it literally wasn't until the after the drop I was able to at least pay for the shorts on a small little scalp at the bottom, but I sort of already missed the move, and you're the one that yelled it out there while we were trading luck. And $3, 285 was a level if you went to the daily chart here. So I kind of went back all the way into January, and you do see a 285 level. So when it just turned around here at 3, it might not be entirely random, but there's so much of a gap to fill. I'm not going to be buying this stock. I'd love to see what happens off the open. If it holds below 3, that's going to be a short point for me. But otherwise, I feel like Luckin's going to give us enough volume to be active enough. 20 million shares in both these names, so it should be fantastic.
Yeah, NNDM, I'll just hammer it once it breaks those low levels. We got to pay for shorts today, so it should be good. I don't even know if we have to pay. Oh yeah, we do have to pay for those shorts. We did get them. NNDM, of course. And look, I also called yesterday, guys. that Moderna was a little fishy. I told you guys, why would they ever have a share offering if they have the vaccine? And then all of a sudden, that news comes out in the middle of the day and it absolutely craps out. So thanks for that as well. But NNDM, at least this time, you know, maybe they get investigated, but I'm pretty sure Moderna is going to get investigated. I don't like the long on that one. NNDM here, we'll see if it does break this 240, then I'm going to be hammering this one 240 to the sell side for me, NNDM, guys.
Let's go over to the travel company. Shout out to Ryan on the chat, hitting me up on LinkedIn, asking me about CCL and showing me some nice charts. So good morning, Ryan, if you're joining us from Vancouver this morning. So sunny Vancouver. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk about some of these travel companies, guys. It's been an interesting week for all of these, moving higher once again this morning. The only one really with news today is UAL. They announced a new partnership with Clorox. So United teaming up with Clorox for some cleaning, safety, and social distancing measures once everything gets back to normal. So if you jump over to UAL, I mean, you can look at the cruise lines as well, guys. They're all looking about the same, gapping to the upside today.
The only reason I'm going to start with Carnival is because it's just been a hot stock every single day. We did very well on it yesterday, and we had a long reverse call and had 1480 as a target. We'll show you on the weekly chart here. Just the last couple of sessions, you can see top yesterday's session. It was a bit of the day before. You did have a level there in the afternoon, so it still hasn't taken that level out. 1480 looks like a decent break point for me. I'll be looking for that one, a break long at a 1480 price. I might give it one shot if the market wants to roll over to short in front. It's just a style of trade that I do like, low risk, certainly if you have that 80 level, and then we can reverse to the long on Carnival. When it comes to the airlines, I was looking primarily usually like yesterday at Delta, so I will kind of go back to that one because I had some levels to work with on Delta here. It's a big level at 23. If it gets there, could be a break, but 22.55 is a nice little pivot area. So I have that one sort of like already zeroed in on it. It's not the high in the pre-market, but if we go upside, it might be worth that break a little bit early on Delta.
Yeah, just laughing here about a private message. Yeah, okay, so CCL, guys, yesterday, you know that was a big slap shot here. We shorted it and cashed it, and then we went long and absolutely destroyed it. One of my number one stocks yesterday, CCL, will be back in play today, 1485. Let's go. Breaks that. We're going to be hella long on this one. 1465 is not as exciting. That's where we busted it out yesterday. It only got as high as 1485. You got 1460 right now. We break through 1485, real share time, 1485. Long CCL, guys, that's the call on that one. I'm not going to be going short any of these names if we broke in the trend on the daily.
All right, guys, let's go to another earnings name here. Target reporting earnings, 59 cents per share for the quarter, beating estimates of 19 cents. Revenue also came in above expectations. Comparable store sales, interesting number, 10.8% increase, even with the virus pandemic. They did say the majority of that increase came from online or digital sales. So not a huge move here in the pre-market for Target, but we are positive here, about 1%.
I mean, there was at least some talk about the fact that most of their stores are turning into like fulfillment centers. So when you look at those numbers of same store sales, it's like, well, it's the online sales boosting, and then 80% of those are just pickups at the stores, which might be helping it along. But they have some cost increases, which I think are dragging it down a little bit, despite the fantastic beat. I did immediately notice that the last 20 minutes or so, there was a seller at 125 even. I think that's going to be worth looking at. Outside of 125, I do also have a 123.50 level that I was looking for on a breakdown on Target. So if it gets through there, certainly there's some room to run to the downside. There is some serious support in the 120 range that you probably have to work with on any short. Positive to negative story would be at 123.17. So you got to watch out for a 123.50 break. It might hold a little bit at 123. You'll probably have to chop through that. So be patient on that kind of a short play.
Yeah, Target again. Like I said, we absolutely crushed yesterday our Walmart trade, and I think there might be something similar here in Target. It's priced to perfection again, all the way up, and I just don't see anything as well as we did yesterday on some levels here as far as Walmart is concerned. I got to break this down a little bit here. My chart moved on me. Okay, Target 124 and change. How low did we get yesterday? This is 122.78. Was that the absolute low? Yeah, so 120. Okay, so I don't mind this one, a 123 break. We're not too far away from that one. If they don't like Target, that's probably where they'll be taking it to 122.75. So watch out here. A little bit of garbage in the aftermarket and then the pre-market again today. So yeah, not in love with Target today unless we get this 122.75 break, which we could get. We'll just see what the market wants to do. But we're already up pretty good here, guys, 1.21%. So, yeah, target to be up only 0.92. Not great. They may fade this one.
The next one, guys, Johnson & Johnson, not a lot to look at as far as the pre-market is concerned for trading activity, but an interesting story. They came out and said they're going to discontinue sales of their iconic baby talc powder after thousands of lawsuits claiming that the product causes cancer. So they're taking it off the shelves completely. This story goes back, I want to say a year, even a year and a half, to when this all started. So no longer will Johnson & Johnson sell their baby talc powder in the U.S. or Canada. As I said, really not a lot going on as far as trading in the pre-market, guys, but an interesting story here. Might be worth a look at some point today.
It might be. I mean, less than 10,000 shares in the pre-market, and Johnson & Johnson, sometimes you get these companies which are more exciting for people that are investing, and as a trader, it's probably not going to be there for me. I just don't see any way that I'm executing in J&J today. Doesn't necessarily usually have the volatility or the volume to make it an attractive target. I mean, at some point, if it breaks up towards its high, you might get some kind of action. I just don't see it today.
J&J, yeah, Neil's dead on. This is a great investment. One of the only ones in this space that I own, but J&J here. Yeah, look, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it's a large part of their sales. Not even sure if they were discontinuing it, like the production of it the last little while. They were being investigated. You're right. I think it's might be even more than a year, possibly, Brendan. But yeah, J&J back in play here. But look, guys, 9,600 shares. So that's a hard pass for me.
All right, guys, let's go to Apple. Another interesting story here this morning. Apple's higher on the morning. Our charts not really displaying it very well with some dark prints. However, they announced they're going to pay Sony $70 million for the streaming rights to the upcoming Tom Hanks World War II film called Greyhound. Sony had planned on releasing that in theaters on Father's Day this year, but Apple swooping in, picking up the rights. Obviously, no one going to a theater at this point. Yeah, our charts kind of not really displaying this well, but yeah, 1.2% here for Apple today, guys.
Yeah, I love Apple through. I actually told our producer here today that if Spotify, or now I'm going to add Apple, ever phone you, pick up that phone call, because if they're going to be buying some streaming things, hey, why not Trader TV Live? So there it is. But yeah, Apple today, yeah, unfortunately, a good call on the charts there, Brendan. Some of these dark pools, we don't get around showing them, because some traders like them in there. They're somewhat valuable, but for me, not really. Okay, Apple 218 high. That's where we topped out. I wish I could show it to you yesterday, but yesterday we were out. 218 was the high. I just like that breaking. The chart doesn't look that good, guys. We apologize for that. But for right now, if I break it down a little bit, it's been pretty choppy this morning. You're up exactly the same as the market. So I don't know what they're taking this news. But right now, actually, there it is. Let's try to make it a little bit better. 317 has been the high. I want it to go at least another $1 before I get super excited.
Yeah, I'll sort of leave that one to Sean. I know he's going to be all over it. Apple. The only thing I was looking at, those high, some of these high flyers, I like that high of that 320 level. If it gets up there, I don't know that it's going to happen, certainly. On a breakdown, I kind of prefer to be selling something like a Target today if it's going to be a downward move, just based on the space.
All right, guys, we'll go to small cap world here. A name we haven't looked at for a little bit. Inovio Pharmaceuticals, INO, popping up this morning. They announced they've achieved positive results in initial production of antibodies in animal testing for their potential COVID-19 vaccine. So another one of those to the upside here today. Already broke down and gave you an opportunity for a nice 50-cent win there. But we're back to 17, just watching 17, and then this 1750, which came into play already a little bit earlier on a couple of times for INO.
Yeah, I'll give you another level. Brendan, I know you're all over this one. 17, 15, 17, 20 or so was a bit of a bottom very, very early in the pre-market, when I sat down, and then a bit of a flush off of that price. So maybe that same range, you can actually, what, now that I think of it, I should be shorting this in this range now. In front of 17, you get that 1720, you got 1750. We got as low as 1620, so there is about $1 worth of upside. Just make sure you have stops and you sort of stick to them on a name like this, because if it makes a test of $18, if you're going to be risking $1.50 on INO, then you better hope that your downside retracement gives you a couple of dollars worth of upside. So I'd rather risk 50 to make 1 or 1.5. I think that's more reasonable. It's giving you that shot right here.
223. I didn't even. I'm still looking at Luckin and Facebook. I didn't even look at INO, guys. But if Neil did, that's good enough for me. So INO should be on everybody's radar. Remember, sign up for the watch list. I can't say that enough. We have all the notes in there. We have the movers, the shakers, and the baby makers. What's up, Brendan?
Surface Oncology, another small cap name here for you today, up about 40%, guys. They're teaming up with Merck to continue development of some cancer treatments. So Surface Oncology, really tight little consolidation forming here in the pre-market. I zoomed in quite a bit. This thing barely trades on a regular day, so relative volume already through the roof here. Just watching this 380 and then $4 on Surf. Guys, like that ticker?
I mean, it's okay, I guess. So whatever. We'll give them a decent ticker and pop some confetti for them because Brendan seems to like it. It doesn't have as much volume as I would like to see for a small cap play. 375,000 shares pre-market compared to what you're seeing in Luckin and NNDM, even in ALDX. I'm looking at, which I do have short. Actually, let me jump to that one. It's done 1 million shares already. I am short at 465. It's a sort of a similar play here. But if you look at the daily chart on this one, it did sort of have an obvious level at $5. It tried to gap through there this morning and is already pulling back in. And when I see it pull back in that heavily, I look for a consolidation level. You see one here at about 465. One breakdown. I got greedy. I could have taken 30 cents, which, oddly enough, is a really good return on a $4 stock. I should have taken that. If it does break above this 480 mark, we'll have to get out. But I do think we can take one reload at least and then see if we can't get 25 to 30 cents and hang on for the rest in case it takes out the low. So ALDX looks like a good one to me. I am short that and just got short in that INO as well. But for me, not that 1750. I might only give it to 1725, Brennan.
Okay, guys, CCCL here, Carnival Cruise, just checking it out. Having a quick look at some of the imbalance locators here just as we get open in 4 minutes. So we'll be hopefully trading some of these names on this list today, including, where was it? There's Delta there. GE's been a pretty decent volume name. WFC is on here as well. So just looking around at a few different things. Look, I love Alibaba long through this 220.50. I can't take it now. It's one of those names that it could easily fly here. I mean, if you're going to take a little bit of shares, then fine. But I like 220.50 on the break of Alibaba. I like Facebook as well, breaking through 223. Which is about to happen right now. You got view up at 223.15, so that's not a horrible trade with a bottom side of 222 or so. No real out here. I mean, the bottom's been put in already, 222.25. So we'll see if that one comes through. Other than that, man, we still ride that luck in. We're looking at lows again to fade that through. We'll see what that's doing right now. Lows. Yeah, shoot. The call again, which we made on the show, was 123, but that broke at 902. So that one's over with right now, and I did like 122.50. So it looks like we'll open up right around there. So 122.50 will be an in for me on that one. And then just back to Luckin before we give it back. We're still cruising around here. I'm out of, I'd say 50%. No, more than that. 70% or so of the position is out as we come right back up here to view up. Not a horrible spot to once again get short. I do love, again, the breakdown here, 230, 240. Better off 230, but we'll wait to see what happens on luck. And maybe a good little reload here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, now that you say it, I can't believe I did miss a reload at 270. 280 was that level we talked about. 275 is where I'm basically short here. I think if it gives me another shot in front of 280, I'll take it. You got to grab some shares out. That 250 level has found some buying for whatever reason. You can't fight the price action. It sort of is what it is. So I am also looking at Target. We talked about breakdowns. Sean looking at, of course, lows, and I think Target as well has to be one that's going to be in play. We got about 2 minutes to the bell. I know someone just asked about Carnival Cruise. We did talk a little bit about this one. Let's sort of recover here, and there goes Luckin again down to that 250.
I just shorted.
1480 is the level I'm looking at, guys, for long in Carnival. I will take a shot shorting if there is any kind of a chance that we fail at that immediately off the open. To be a short stop in front of that 1480 mark where we want to go long on Carnival Cruise.
Guys, I mean, I just shorted literally a minute ago, not even, when I told you guys I was doing it, at 262 there. So a big little win there. A quick 20 cents, 18 cents down on Luckin, and we cashed out again. Wow, look at that reload, guys. That's a confetti spot if I've ever seen one. What up, Brandon?
Guys, just a quick reminder here, JCPenney on the pink sheets opening today. We do have quotes. It was open yesterday, obviously. It wasn't in our system, but JCPNQ.PK available for us today, guys.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Obviously, there's no actual trading going through, but I can look at the quote here. Looks like it's going to open up at 12 cents. JCPenney. So it's going to be worth a look as long as there's volume. If the volume comes in, we'll be watching JCPenney. I know Intelliset as well was going to be in play. Whoa, INO looking like it's already moving to the downside here off of that 17 area. And there we go. Why not? We'll floss it off a little bit early with about 40 seconds to go. Just able to take out some at 54. So the first quarter of our position will take 40 pennies worth of a win. I am targeting much more than that. I'd like to get some out in front of this low here at 16.20 and then see if we can't ride the break of 16 even. Tighter stops than normal. I know can be a runner. Watch it if it breaks 18. I do believe we have Valeria on the bell, but before we get to that, let's remember we have our guest of the day. It should be another good one. Dane, can't wait for you to be on there. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat, but coming through at 11:25, one of our viewers, Dane, a longtime viewer, is going to be joining us live, but it's time for the countdown. Market is almost open. Active trading already in Luckin. It should be a fun day today. I'll throw in that JCPenney. I'm interested to see that. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ring that bell, Valeria.
All right, let's go, guys. Facebook, we're watching that one break through. We called the 220, but that's already gone, so we're going to wait for the top here. 224 and change on that one. Luckin, let's see. It's now open, so we've got some big volume spikes here. Let's see where Luckin wants to go. Some size here at 60. Looks like it's blowing to the upside right now. We're not averaging into anything else. I'm waiting for it to go through the bottom, and then we'll see what does happen. So right now, CCL, Facebook, Target, I mean, everything's getting ready to go here, guys.
Yeah, that Luckin, I want to see if that 260 can hold. For the time being, it has not. So looking at the level 2, just got chewed up. I'm still looking at 275 to 280 to be a short play for me. I have 75 to the short side. ALDX is moving against us to that $5 mark, so got to watch out there. We just got some shares at 85 that you will see. INO bouncing to the upside, but I'm glued to Luckin right here. It turned at 270 last time. 280 is that price I like. I'm going to be fading this one in front of there, guys. Luckin, I'm all over this one.
Yeah, we're all over Facebook right now as well. That one goes to the upside. We take a little bit off. We're long 224.30 right now. Big move up in the futures obviously created that kind of a spike. So we take a little bit off twice up here, and then we're going to hold the rest. That new shops thing seems pretty exciting to me. We'll see what it wants to do here. Facebook, that's our big position long now. We have to wait for this. If this fails, then we'll be in trouble. But right now, Facebook to the upside, 224.22 here long. Let's go, Facebook.
Boom! INO just got another leg out there, 16.24. Yeah. So a nice 70-cent winner. 16's about to break. So have half our position on still. We talked about that rollover. It's a relatively tight stop for me, but Target also just broke, so I got that one short. 123.50 was the level that we gave you guys. 123.41 we're short here.
Wow, look at Facebook.
$2 in the money here on Target. We do have support down here at 121. That was that was the pre-market low level, so watch out for Target. Deep in the money on that, and INO, which just keeps screaming to the downside.
Guys, deep in the money. Target, 87-cent winner right now. Big shares on that one. Our biggest position is Facebook. We are up way more than we were up yesterday already. So this is a party time right here. You spin that wheel. Look at everything going downside here. Wow, Target exploding. Facebook upside Target. Bang! This is a huge day already for us, guys. Wow, what a big day. Let's keep going. Bye-bye, Facebook. Up, and away here. Get rewarded with these shares, baby. Let's go.
If you want to look at what's going on here, I got 4 shorts, 4 deep in the money. Going to throw the position board up. ALDX in the money, 475 short. INO, we got 17 even. That's sitting around 16. Target short, 123.41. That got down to $1.80 in the money, but it's trying to bounce now. I'm going to fade this one again in front of that first entry point. Luckin 270 short. It's at 241, so obviously a monster. We reloaded Target. We had Luckin at 75, reloaded in the high 60s. You're seeing it continue to flush, guys. This is what it's all about. Get the watch list, follow along at 9 o'clock. Every single one of these were levels we talked about and went through. Plenty of opportunity for everybody to profit. You just got to make sure you do the work, guys.
Profit. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Facebook was a monster, guys. Big trade there. Check out our target position. We go short 123. We basically get doubled out here. Perfect out. 122 even. So let's see if this one wants to continue to fall as the money, guys, just keeps getting reined in here. We've got Luckin short. You guys know that one. This is not even, they're all 3 of these stocks are monsters right now. Facebook, huge. We're almost out of Facebook. We got a third left. Monster trade on that one. Monster on Target. We did not believe that. Thank you, Walmart, for leading the way on that one. They told us yesterday that the retail space may be in trouble. So here it is today. Big time move there on Target and Facebook. Wow, that's just a money rainer there. We put the cash register. It is what it is. It's almost fruit salad time. Wow, here goes Target down another dollar. Nice little win here, dollar in the money on that one. We're waiting for Luckin to break. Wow, Neil, I'm already out of words, which is rare.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say here. I actually just took Target. We just got a $1.50 winner on Target. I'm looking to short a pullback into 123. I'm looking to short a breakdown of 121.50 out in front of the low that got put in. If it breaks the range, I can always get back in. So we already banked a big winner on Target. We love that level. We talked about it, guys, at 123.50. If it comes anywhere near that price again, I'm going to short the heck out of it. So Target, we're not done with you yet. Looking at 123 for a reload in front of 123.50. Brendan, what do you got?
Another one from the pre-market that was moving around, guys. Safety Group, SFET, up 45% here. Big rejection up there at $2. There was a lot of offers stacked up in front of 195. We did pop at the open, but right back down. Safety Group teaming up with a couple other companies on some new ventures, guys.
Wow, guys. I mean, this day has been ridiculous. So congratulations to anybody watching here today. Pretty soon, like I said, we still have some Target on. I mean, these positions are just monstrous right now. We'll go to the position board quickly as I got to be fast because we got to watch out for our luck in. But here we go, guys. These are the two trades. Yeah, hit those fireworks as much as you possibly can. This has been an amazing day. Long face. Was that you, Valeria? Good job. Long Facebook right now. Big time win there. This is $1.50 in the money. Target $1.50 in the money. Luckin right now, 8 cents out, but who gives a crap about Luckin? These trades are going nuts right now. $2 now in the money on Target. Hello, it's a cash register. Explosion money. Your boy is done again here today. We're up double what we were yesterday, and it's 9:35.
I ain't done it all on Target, guys. We talked about reloading at 123, 122.80 we got back in. We talked about taking it on a breakdown of that low of the day. We took that as well. So back into Target. You already took that big win in the first time. Now you reload on that secondary flush. Ride the short until it's done. But Luckin doesn't look like it's done at all. It's giving you that test of 280. That's been the level we've been talking about. That's the level I'm getting out if it breaks, guys. But I'm going to be short in front of it. I got to take a shot. It was so good the last few times. If it explodes upside, I'm short at 76. We've already made a bundle. If I risk 5 pennies for it to retest the low, oh boy, that's got to be worth it.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, I'm just going to wait for CCL here, guys. I'll keep finding some spots for you, including Spotify. Another one that we've got there, but it's a market green day for now, Brendan.
Spotify writing a rather large check yesterday. If you Google Spotify, they were busy. Popping up here, VBIV, another one in the vaccine space, guys. VBI vaccine, 12%. Just got rejected as well up there at $3. Right back down to where we were in the pre-market, 275, 280 on VBIV, guys.
Yeah, okay.
VVIV. I'm adding stocks to the list, apparently. We're looking at this battle being waged here, and you can sort of see the top end here. If 280 gets taken out, it's just one of those things where you get out and look for another trade in Luckin Coffee. It's trying to hold above, and you look at this on the level 2, 80, 81 over and over again. I don't like to have an even stop break here. If it takes out this a couple of pennies higher, that's when I'll get out. You give it a couple extra cents just in case it holds. If it doesn't, out, and I'm going to look to fade it again. I'm not going long on this name Luckin. I'm just going to get out of this trade. You lose like 4 or 5 cents on this reload, and then look for your next opportunity. Whether that's going to be in front of $3, $3.10, I don't know, but I'm going to be involved either way. I'm only going short so far on Luckin.
Yeah, and right now I'm basically flat on luck, and I'm going to give this thing some time and some space. I've canceled all my orders on that one, unless, again, guys, it comes back to the downside. We're just monstrous on everything else right now, so we'll continue to look. We talked about, shout out to Tom Anthony there on the chat, mentioned that Microsoft was ex-div today. I don't know, Tom, was that already given at the end of the day, or was that in the end of the day yesterday? We'll see here, Microsoft up 0.7%, looking like it wants to take out this 185 possibly right now. I'm just still in love with this Facebook trade. This was an absolute monster beast trade here. I wish we would have got the ultimate high. Wow, it went to 225.50. Okay, our long guys, 224.24. Hopefully you had that with us. That was a money maker. But yeah, I need to get back into something here, including CCL. Let's just check that out. I have a big time order if it does come close to this 1480. Doesn't look like it right now. I may cancel some shares if that's not going. Facebook right now $1 in the money. Neil, your target is back to that area that you like. I
I just reloaded again in Target. I'm probably give it one more shot because 123.50 is going to be my out until it breaks. So I got to get my prices close to this 120. But I want to risk about $1 here. You've already made more than that, so I think it's worth risking that range. But I forgot all about INO, which is crazy because we just got $1.30 on that one. So INO, we are now all done. We just got out a 16 break. Shorts in front of 17, 16.94 with our short price. You see us layering all the way out. Got our final target there at 15. It looks like 72. So nice win over there in INO while all these shorts are working for us. It's been an unbelievable morning already. Hope you guys are able to follow along here. Brendan, what do you got?
CrowdStrike, guys, coming back to the downside. Just popped up on a volume scanner here. CRWD just broke day lows. 80 even was a bit of a level early on in the pre-market, just being tested once again. SunTrust Robinson initiating coverage on CrowdStrike. Guys.
Okay, I like CrowdStrike. Great name, and even better name is Facebook there. It's a chicken dinner winner all over the place. Now Facebook, now at $1.40, $1.50 in the money, now at day's high. Just follow us, guys, and there you go. Promised land is upon you if you've done that one. Congratulations to you, Eric. I see you right there. Best market opening of the week for me as well, my friend. So there we go. Thank you for following along, and yeah, I hope you're still long Facebook. I'm baby long right now, so it's a very, very small position. But yeah, Facebook right now making a move back to the upside. So not in love with my understanding of the position because we should be holding it, but still a nice little $2 winner right here, right now, guys.
Brendan, what do you got, bud?
So much opportunity so far this morning, guys. We mentioned this one, Surf, just testing that $4 even level. I talked about $3.80 and $4. So we did actually break $4 to the upside there, but right back down. Still watching this Surf, guys.
Yeah, wow, I did miss a DAL there, Delta, unfortunately, but I was watching this Luckin roll over at 3. I did miss this turn here, guys. But back below 280, I'm going to look to short any kind of pop that we can get. I did reload in Target here. We do have 54 to the short side. That's basically even money. But my eyes are glued to Luckin. If it can hold below that 280 level, I do like it to dip back into the short. But I think you can take it in front of 3 as well. So we'll look at that 20-cent range, short the top end of it, or short a break in Luckin Coffee. We're looking at the airlines as well, having already sort of missed an opportunity on UAL. They are on the move, 5% to the upside. I really hope Delta's going as well. But 25 even break happened and failed. I'm now looking for a retrace into the pre-market high, 24.73. Buy that dip in front of it and see if we can continue the party on the airlines.
Yeah, Luckin right up to $3 again. So yeah, that would have been a nice little spot there to get short. I'm holding a very, very small amount of shares on Luckin there. Also here, Target. I'm out of Target right now anyways. I have 10 shares left of it. This was a big trade here, a couple hundred shares on the sell side. So a nice little profitable spot there. And now we just hold it for fun. So Target to the upside right here, just like we're kind of holding for fun Facebook. So one going up, one going down, guys. I really hope you like that. Where's the Facebook thing? What a great stock today as it just keeps on going. Valeria, if you're getting coffee, I'll take one. 226.15 to the upside here as we keep going. $2 winner on Facebook right now, guys. Let the party keep started. Let's go going.
Yeah, we just talked about short or going long on that pullback in United Airlines, just noticing the break up. You get it holding that pre-market high. I did dip into some shares here at 88. Going to take another load in front of that 75 mark. That's where the stop is going to be. So we're reloading into that one if we can. If it wants to go, it wants to go. Let's test that high of day. I know you guys are watching for Carnival. I'm watching it as well. I did have only one look, and it was at 1480. Unfortunately, I didn't do what I said I'd do, which was if it fails off the open at 1480, I said go short. It failed. I did not short it, so that's on me. I still have a breakout at that price. If it tests a second time, I'll go maybe even smaller. Shorting in front. The second break is usually better, but gonna get into Luckin here in front of that 3 even mark. It's time to go back into these shorts. If 3 breaks, fair enough, but I'm shorting this one until it proves me wrong, guys. Brennan, what do you got?
Another one from the hotel group here, guys. Red Rock Resorts, a little one from the hotel group, 8.5%. Whole bunch of analysts initiating coverage on this name today. Just went from $11 up to $12.20, getting a bit of a pullback here for RRR, guys.
Nice. I'm just going to tweet out that we're still long some Facebook here, and that was such a great trade. If you guys are on Twitter, follow me because a couple good posts there. Got a lot of love last night for some face painting that we were doing. So if you want to see that with me and my daughter, join us on Twitter. You'll be able to see that right now. I'm going to post this Facebook trade, guys. I mean, this is why you gotta join us at 9:30 or 9, whatever time you want to. 9 o'clock, we're live there. Get our chat, our list there. I was long this stock in the pre-market, guys. 223.50 53 in the pre-market. So talk about believing in something. Unfortunately, my style is to take a lot of shares and get out for, $1.50, whatever it is, and then hold a little bit. We're just not holding enough. Facebook 4-point-something%, still running to the upside here. This is a $2 winner. If you have it, great. If you have this position on, then it's a $3 winner. So that's why you want to join us live. Make sure you're catching these trades. And then also all this luck and destruction. I mean, no matter how high this thing goes, it's still going to be one of my number one stocks. We took everything out down here. I gave you guys this 230 level. So when this crashed, I was getting out 240, 230, 235, whatever, waiting for this to break. And now you see where this is at. So Luckin, yeah, big time move here. We should get off our Facebook because the futures are just ripping up here, guys.
Yeah, Luckin, if you want to be active, if you're an active trader and you have the ability to get in and out for rebates, whatever it might be, get paid to trade, here between 94 and 91, it's basically giving you some free money away. So if you see me getting out, I'm going to maintain a core position unless 3 breaks, but I am going to just sit here and see if I can't take some money along for this little bit of a ride. I'm going to go back to ALDX. This was another one of those small caps. Look, INO was a good win. ALDX has actually been good as well. We've just been busy doing other things. You can see we've got a nice little reload in front of 5 even at 486 here. We're working with these shares. Just got some out at 58, so about a 27-cent win. I am still looking for a flush back down to the pre-market lows to give you that 10% return that I'm hunting for. Brendan, what do you have?
Another earnings name, guys. Take-Two Interactive moving higher today. Big time move. 144 up to 148 off the open. 3.3% gain. A lot of people playing video games, obviously, at this point. TTWO beating right across the board, guys.
Lowe's, someone was asking, but I actually haven't looked at Lowe's yet, but it's holding. Wow. Holding very well at these little bottoms here, but just got a reload in Luckin here in front of 3. Watch it, right in front of 3 even on Luckin Coffee, guys. We're right here. There is a big level, so I'm going to try and get you guys to the level 2 to see if this one's going to hold. I don't know who's buying it, but again, if you short in front of these types of prices, and this is what you got to risk. It's a smaller amount of risk. I'm not going long on a break. There's a couple of levels up here. 315 I think we can look at as well if it wants to break. DAL, yeah, you're right. It won't break 2260. Carnival can't seem to get to the upside either, but I'm glued to this Luckin on a 3 even break. Not crazy for a bit of a long scalp, I don't think, to try and crack something in and out very quickly as some of the shorts maybe get stopped out, but I'm not going to be holding any long trades in Luckin for any kind of duration. They're all scalp trades for small amounts of wins.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess Target there blows to the upside, so we get out of our shares there.
Yeah,
for the big winner.
break.
It's my best stock of the day there, Target, guys. What were you saying, Neil? Sorry?
No, I was saying 123.50 break. I'm just working out of this. I don't want to be holding Luckin Coffee, so I am just working out of this reverse to the long side. Again, if you have direct market access, you might take a breakout trade long, but I really don't want to be holding a long in Luckin. So we're going to quickly get in and get out. It basically goes all the way up to that 315, which we said could be a bit of a level. I reverse long, get it all out in that 10-cent range. So you make back what you might have lost if you were short in front of 3 even, but I don't want to be dug into anything holding along after that base and after that move in Luckin. Brennan, what do you have there?
Spotify, guys, 52-week highs here for Spot, 4.8% on the day, straight upside, 174 to 184 now. Obviously, everybody knows the news. Joe Rogan signing with Spotify for his podcast, guys. So huge move here for SPOT.
Joe Rogan, is he famous? Who is that guy? No, I'm obviously kidding.
I've actually never seen one of his podcasts, but I also never seen Game of Thrones. Okay, guys, Luckin, we're not done with that one. I took the long, and now we're cashing out. So guess what? We make money long and short. That's how we do it right now. Wow, bye-bye, Luckin. We're long $3.11 right now. So this is another winner. Look, I'm not done. Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. You just got to follow us. Pigs get slaughtered here. Take some out. But wow, Luckin Coffee now blowing up to the upside. Make that money long, make that money short, make that money. Do you see any sort of common thing here? Look, and still going to the top side, 325 and still going. We're long right now, 311. It is what it is. We also got a $2 winner right now. We'll wait on the top side for Facebook, busting out here. I might even just cancel this. This is $2 in the money and still ripping up here, guys. Hopefully you have Facebook. Hopefully you have Luckin long. It's been a party time here, guys. Wow.
That's why I'm hitting that disco ball, and hopefully you got that UAL, or maybe you were looking at Delta. I don't know which airline you were trading. I just quickly jumped to United. We caught that pullback long. I just happened to notice it was holding above the pre-market top. We bought that dip here at 88, took some out in front of the high of day. It's now broken the high of the day, so all systems go to the upside. The market's up 1.5% and still going. The airlines are moving up. You know what? I got to go here because I want to see what's going on with Delta, of course. I know some of you guys have been following that. Hey, shout out to our good friend Robert. Let's see how that's going. Delta up 4% here. It hasn't really taken out this top. It's trying to get through 2270. Let's see if it can push as well. But I got UAL to the long side. I am stocking a position in CCL, but it just hasn't happened for us yet. So very patiently looking to see if CCL can find some strength. It's crazy that this can't seem to go up. It feels like the fade in front of 1480 might have been the only play here in Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yeah, 1480 is my play going long there, so you might want to hit that if you do, because look at this. This is the positions we have on right now, guys. Luck and long, 25 cents in the money. We're cashing that out as we go, guys. Facebook's $2 plus in the money as well, and then the other trade that we've had on today is Target. So, I mean, let's just review this. 224 long Facebook. It doesn't get any better than that, so that's a swish. Look at the other trade we have. Luckin, short, 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 short. Then bang, get out some there, 283. Then I told you guys that we're going to go hella long, and bang, there it is, a 33 now cent winner on Luckin. I've given everybody all of these trades. 310 long, bang, 45 cents in the money. And then our last one, which is the stock that I'm actually up the most here, is Target. We hammered that one to the short side and get cashed in. They're a quick little $2 plus winner. So multiple winners. I'm loving Luckin. Those of you that have crushed this one, congratulations. I'm sure our traders on the floor are absolutely monstrous on Luckin. Check the profits below, guys. You'll be able to see everything that we're making. It's been a monstrous day here, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the traders aren't on the floor behind us with social distancing, but we do have traders remotely in there. One of them, I do believe, I don't know if I've seen him on the chat. Kevin's going to be on there, one of our senior traders. You will be able to see him answering some questions, hopefully, and Adam as well. I know I saw him this morning. Johnson & Johnson, we said would be sleepy. There was actually a move off of the open. I think it's worth looking at this high of day, 150.50. If the market's going to be booming to the upside, hey, there might actually be a breakout trade, get some volatility. It pulled in a buck, so shook out some longs maybe. 150.50 could be an interesting level here to watch on J&J. Brennan, what do you have?
Big mover here, guys. Foonware, PHUN on the NASDAQ, 186. Yeah, 186%. It's been halted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now, just reopened, 194. They're teaming up with Hewlett Packard for online mobile healthcare services, guys.
Good job, Marcus, there. Glad that you're able to take that Luckin trade, and we're basically out of it as it's just flashing around here. This is not a stock I want to hold long, so we're going to be out of Luckin right now. Monster trade, congratulations. Facebook all-time highs. Marcus, did you have that one? I know you're using some big-time shares as well. Facebook, Target, and by the way, guys, if you just rewind again, I talked about lows, loving that 123. That broke too early. Then we loved 122.50. That broke too early. Then we loved 121.50, and now you're in the money, $2-3. So just keep it on me, and you'll be fine. But right now, someone that you really want to see a hell of a lot more than me, that is Valeria. What up?
Hello dear viewers, and welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Guys, we're live every day starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to our channel and you will receive notifications when we are back on air. Also, we are very excited for our segment where you can join us and trade together live. Guys, all what you need is send your request at marketing@tradertv.live and you can join us, talk with us, ask us questions, share your experience, tell about you, become famous, and don't be shy. Today we have our trader guest, so stay tuned and check it out. It's a lot of fun and we can't wait to see you guys. Also subscribe to our watch list. I'm sending the link on the chat, so put your name and email address and you will receive it every morning for free. And of course, guys, please support us with likes, hit the thumbs ups. Yesterday we reached more than 900 likes, which is absolute record. Let's break all the records today. I wish you a very profitable trading day and I see you later. Back to traders.
Thank you very much, Valeria. Hopefully it's going to be profitable for you. If it hasn't been already, I just mentioned in the chat quickly while she was talking, reloading on INO. You did see it fade off the open, couple levels. 17 break was great. 1650 was great. We were already short when it happened, but it just retested in front of 1650. I am getting back in, so short here in front of that 50 mark. We'll get out. Not going long yet on INO. It would probably have to take out this level here at 1750 for me to trigger into a long or make some kind of a hard bottom. So getting back into INO short side after a big win. 1650 is my out. We'll work a position, try to get a couple of ads in here in between 16 and 1650, guys. Brennan, what do you have?
All right, guys, here we go again. Another one. ATOS, successful positive tests on a COVID-19 vaccine candidate. So up 25%, although it has come in significantly here from 260 all the way back to 2. We're just bouncing off $2 for ATOS, guys.
I need to make a vaccine, apparently.
We're out of luck in there for just a monster trade. As it comes close to 3, we get out of the last 10%, so we dumped that one, but this is just another complete destruction of a trade here, and that is what it is. I actually need to tweet this out as well. Thanks for all the recent followers too, guys. That's been fantastic. Love that talk. Okay, mRNA, I did put an order in to go short at the bottom. Like I told you, I believe these guys are going to get suspended from trading, and I don't know for how long, but we're going to see. That was so fishy what they did the other day there, and we're going to see what does happen, but a straight move back to the upside. They have a vaccine, then that's great, but what they did with that share offering, I'm almost certain is going to get investigated, so we'll see there, just waiting for that news to drop. But I guess because I was going to go short 67.50, we'll break this one down a little bit here. What is this price here? 69. I don't mind going short there. Even a little tester at 69.50, I think we'll do that. So let's test 69.50 and let's test 69 on Moderna, guys.
That's crazy. Eric just mentioning in the chat, Delta holding up VWAP, a dip buy opportunity. Literally at the exact same moment, Eric, I was buying on the dip in United Airlines. We're already in the money on a 24.88 short. I'm just buying this one again in front of that pre-market top. It's also holding VWAP as well. So reloading on this name and what looks like it's going to be an upward trend in the market and in the airline space. So I guess good minds think alike, great minds think alike. I am back into this name. We'll take some off in front of high of day. We'll hold our core position. We'll buy those dips. We're loving what we're seeing in the airlines. I can't understand exactly why Carnival hasn't made a test of that high, but I'm going to hold off from shorting it after missing on that initial short trade. Just going to stick with the long over here in the airlines, guys.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm just cruising right now. It's been such a monster day. I'm really happy for all you guys and for myself, obviously, to cash in what we've done today. So it's just been a monster day, and I'm really super happy with it. And I know we do this show for 3 hours, so I'm going to try to hunt for some more opportunities for you guys. I just discussed that mRNA. I like that one. One of my favorite stocks right now, heading into earnings on Friday, is Alibaba. I've talked about getting some possible call options on this with a few traders. And
Sean, I gotta get this one to you guys. I didn't even notice this. 1, 2, 3, 4 halts on NNDM, but the bigger story is it actually last halt got above the price it was when the share offering was announced. So 455 was about that price target. It broke through and it's now traded lower, and it looks like it's halted down 436. So this is usually when I'm on a parabolic move up. I'm looking to short at that point. I'm seeing it below that halt price. The last halt price anyways, that was at 470, 468. 455 was a level that you had on when the news got announced, and then it's made a bottom here, 436. I like shorting it if it reopens and it holds that 455 mark. I'll try to jump into this NNDM short trade. It should open up on a volatility halt any second now. Actually, it's been 5 or 6 minutes, so I'm a little surprised it's not open already. So we'll watch NNDM very closely. It might be something else here.
Yeah, no, I saw NNDN a while ago because we paid for those shorts. I actually just forgot to bring it up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I was waiting for Brendan on that one, but yeah, a bunch of shorts. And again, I bet you they're getting investigated as well. So we'll see on that one. There's been a lot of that happening for sure. Spotify now, I know you guys are watching that one. And as a shareholder, I'm super, super happy. And like I said, Spotify, if you need my cell phone number, call us up because we'll take that 100 milli any day. 177 to the top side here, 186. 50, that's a big one. And as a shareholder, I can tell you, this is a big move up for Spotify. You made me nervous down here at 100, but look at this move, just straight up, as if people didn't know this was coming, like 160, 165, 175, 185. We're getting close to this top again. Remember, this stock was a uniquely listed stock. They did not IPO, and a lot of you guys know that, so that's a different structure there. But I hear Brendan, so what's up, Brendan?
Yeah, nothing new on that NNDM yet. Guys, I will keep you posted on that. Home here, HOME moving higher. Some of the insurers showing a lot of strength early on today. This one up 8.8%, coming up to that 410 level if you go to a daily time frame. HOME, guys.
Worth that look. Back below $3 now is, at least for the time being, Luckin. It did put in the top here. It tried to bounce off $3 the first time. It got to 320. So 3 to 320 looks like it's going to be a level that we can play around with, at least if you're looking for some shorts again. I'm still waiting for NNDM to open up. It just has not done so yet. So I'm trying to be very, very patient with this one. I did expect 5 minutes, but it looks like it could be a little bit longer than that, at least at the time being. If you're still tracking the airlines, I'm in UAL. I know some people are trading Delta. The market is still heading upside. That nice little bounce play, I will take some out in front of high of day. So looking at 25.20 or so to keep scalping 20 to 25 cents while maintaining a core long position in the airlines, just as long as it holds that pre-market top at 24.75. So the VWAP is not my out in this case, despite the fact that it's bouncing there. I'm using previous resistance as support on United Airlines, guys.
Yeah, and guys, all-time highs here, Facebook. Your boy still got this one. Oh yeah, it's a $3 winner, so there's the floss action coming up. But we're going to have a special floss coming for you at some point soon. And if you can't guess who it is, then you haven't been watching the show long enough. It ain't me or Neil. Oh, maybe it's Brendan. We actually don't have a Brendan floss, I don't think, do we?
There needs to be a Brendan floss, but I think everyone can probably guess who you're talking about there, Sean. I think everyone knows what it might be, certainly. Oh, wait a minute. INO,
look
guys.
Look at Facebook, guys. $3
INO just
winner.
broke through that $16 range, so you get this reload. I talked about finding a place to get back in. Short this, it'll pop into VWAP 1650. I hope you had this one. Looking to see if we can take some out. The previous bottom here was 1565, so if you take some out in front of that, it's a 50-60 cent win. Hold on to a core position for a bigger move on INO, however. It could get down to 1456, which was the previous day's close, but keep your stops tight. I've seen this one run before. You don't want to get caught with your pants down if it breaks the key level to the upside. So 1725, don't let it go. 1650, I'm not letting that go. Another winner here in INO to the short side, guys.
Okay, guys, I mean, this is the other thing right now, guys. I mean, this Facebook is just off right now, and I'm really super happy. I'm super proud of Eric and some of the viewers that have been following us forever, because this one, again, Facebook. And look, I talked about Facebook yesterday, that it was getting spicy. There's a tweet, I can go find it for you. I said, wow, Facebook getting spicier. That was 215. Now you're at 227, and all-time highs now for Facebook. And so we're riding this equity name here to the moon. It's been a big one right now. It's $3 in the money here, this Facebook trade. Target still actually my biggest position, my biggest trade of the day. I don't even care anymore about Luckin. We need to go back to that though, because that one's doing the volume. But Luckin, Facebook, Target, all the stocks I've been trading today, we're 3 for 3, and we are 3 for 3 mucho grande right now, guys. So big time trades happening all over the place. Thanks for joining with us again. Hopefully we get our merch up. Hopefully you guys can join us. Valeria's coming with some more coffee. Hope soon you can grab one of these Trader TV mugs on our website. Bye-bye, Facebook, and there it goes again. Feel like a hamster here because we just keep letting this thing ride up. Just wish we had held more of it. Facebook, to the moon, guys. Congratulations to all of you guys. Wow.
I do believe it's 10 o'clock, so I guess that means already we're doing happening now. Brendan is at the big screen. Let's throw it to him.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at what is happening now with North American markets nicely positive right from top to bottom here on the board. S&P 500 leading the way here, 1.6% to the upside so far. You can see the Dow and NASDAQ as well, both nicely higher. Tech stocks back in the lead. We talk about this all the time. Anytime the NASDAQ tech group is leading the way higher, it's always a good day. The Russell also in positive territory nicely, 2.2% for small caps. Here in Toronto, TSX 0.8%. to the upside. Some of the energy names had a nice gap to the upside, but are coming back in. I'll show you a few. Even in small cap world today, here in Canada, the BOVESPA down in Brazil, 1.1% to the upside. Energy names also strong down in Brazil. The green organic Dutchman here, T-God to the upside, 9.8%, holding above 55 cents here. Monster volume behind this thing today for TGOD leading the cannabis space. This is Ensign Energy, little small cap energy name, gapping up more than 10%, holding 60 cents here. Again, big time volume behind that move for ESI and Enbridge. Wanted to show you one of the bigger ones, gapping higher but coming back in, kind of holding near day lows here, back below $45 for Enbridge. Some of the banks also here in Canada doing well today, providing some strength. Nicely higher, guys, right across the board so far. Back over to you.
So there was a really good question here from William, I see here, asking some of us here, how do you manage emotions, psychology when you're trading, holding positions? To be perfectly honest, having a trade structure and having a plan is what it's all about. I find it's a lot easier. Like I'm watching NNDM here, and here's a level 2, as it whips around all over the place. My initial entry point was 76. I want to build a position in front of 420, so I want my average price to be about 4 even. And as it whips around, you can start thinking, oh my gosh, I was in the money 20 cents, didn't take it. I'm out of the money 10 cents, not getting out of it. But I have a structure. I have an out. I have a target price I'm trying to get. I'm only going to enter if it hits those entry points. I'm only going to get out if it breaks it. If it breaks 350, I'm going to start taking profit. That's my idea, and you just sort of stick to that. It's just so much easier when you have a plan. If it doesn't work, fair enough. That's a cost of doing business, but I have a structure that I know I need to stick to if I'm going to be successful in the long term. Throw emotions out the window when it comes to it. Celebrate the wins, but don't worry about anything else. As long as you're following your plan and have one in the first place, I think you'll be absolutely fine. So hope that answers your question. I'm sure Adam and Kevin have some great answers for that as well if they want to pipe in on the chat for that. But I want to get back to one quick long trade here. It's the only one I have on, oddly enough, and I wish I had something else, but it has been UAL for me. I'm going to take some out here. It's been stalling out in front of 25.20, so I will look to take some profit out on UAL at this price range. If we can get the win here for, again, like 20, 25 cent scalps, we'll continue to take it off and then see if we can't build a position every time it pulls back or even breaks through a high of day.
Guys, yeah, this is now a $4 or $5 winner, so there we go, guys. It's just been a big time day here, and for Facebook, here it goes again, this awful wink thing. We're going to get out if it does break down below 227 and put the $3 in our pocket on the rest of these shares. Don't know how high this thing can go. It just got as high as 228.50, so we'll just play this for what it is. If the market does fade back out, we're so close back to 3,000 again. It's unbelievable, the retracement in some of these names, or the move back up, I guess, in a lot of these names. Disney, I sold some the other day in my own account at 116. Very happy with that profit. We're going to wait to see what this is doing now to the top side, 117.50 or so. So we'll see about that. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for everything. Jarhead, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Ali, I just told you my Facebook out. That's great there. And LK bouncing off VWAP. Yeah, you know, I can go back to LK. I mean, like I said, it's a huge stock for me today. We're 2 for 2. And look, I only really have 2 trades here. Like, these are all shorts, and then this is the long. So thank you, Miss Valeria. We've been waiting for that one. Cheers. Anybody reloading their coffees right here? Second one of the day, so that's going to taste real nice. And thank you to T White there for the 10 euros. Big time there, guys. Good show, viral video. I guess never seen it before. You like it? Well, thank you, guys. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. This is a free show, so let's get the party rolling.
Yeah, and let's keep the party rolling while we're at it, guys. I am still in that INO position. I will quickly put on the position board so you can see what we're working with here. I did add NNDM since the last time we checked. Haven't gotten more shares in the 90s, so 376 short, that's flat, but INO 1620 short, that's of course in the money below that 16 mark, looking for a flush to 15. And UAL, we've been basically buying dips on UAL. Last entry point was at 24.99. We've been buying it on the way up as opposed to trying to fight the trend. It is trying to break out here through high of day, and it's having a little bit of trouble doing that, but the trend is still strong. The market is still holding near the highs. We're going to stick with this long position till it breaks about 75. But Brendan, what do you have?
Another little one, vaccine name, guys. Altimmunotech starting to go a little bit here, 25%. We just broke $6 on a huge volume spike. So I'm going to watch this one now, see what's going on. Not seeing anything in the way of news on Altimmunotech, but ALT, guys.
ALT, well, definitely, I'm going to add that one to my quote board. I feel like there's a lot of names that you can be watching here, and I don't want to extend myself too far when you're having a successful day. There was a chance to reload on INO if you guys are watching that at 1620. It looks like I might have missed that opportunity. That is my price right now, 1620. If it breaks down towards this lower day, you got to take some out here, which I will be doing at about 1570. Get that 50-cent win, bank some of these profits, still looking for the bigger run. I know if it breaks this little range here that it's consolidating in, you don't want to have not taken any profit out because it could be a big $2-3 move to the upside. I'm sort of targeting 1750 for the break, but it could certainly be at my stop on the short at 1650. So make sure you make money in the interim just in case you get that pop. It's a little bit easier to deal with that pain if you've made that money. Build yourself a position that you can work with, take some out on the bottom, but still hold for that home run trade and maybe that 150 type of winner, which is that 10% return. You know, you guys, I love that kind of a trade. NNDM's working to the downside, couldn't get more shares. 350 has to break or I'm not taking anything off.
I said I'd give a shout out here to Hot Doc Crazy there. That's hilarious. He said even if you double the price of 3, it's still well worth it. So good little comment there. That's hilarious. I do like that one. But yeah, you know what? I mean, look, we're making a lot of money trading here. So we're happy to share the wealth with you guys. And in hopes, like I said, that Spotify comes calling. And then we'll still be free, but we'll be over on a different platform. And yeah, we'll have to look at Spotify soon. 220.50 here. I just want to bring Alibaba in again because we're just kind of bouncing around. It's really consolidating here. I do like the break on it. I'm not super excited about how far it may go on a break. We're really high up here. Check out a daily chart on this name, Alibaba. I mean, 195. Oops, that's obviously not right. Go forward. There we go, 220. This is what I'm talking about. 225 would be pretty sweet if it got there, but you got a lot of bunching up here again. Basically right where we're at, 221 and change. So if we get Alibaba, let's look to take it off for our typical 50 cents or so on the first rip, and then we'll see what happens. So right now we're waiting for Alibaba to break through 220.50 or so and then get long, but I'm actually going to give it till 220.65, 66. I want it to break the high and then show us that it wants to keep going. So that's the trade today, but we're huge, guys. We're 3 for 3 today. It's been a monster day. I know you can see our profits at the bottom. I don't really, I'm flat right now, but this is what it is, and this is right now, this is misleading because this doesn't mean that we're up $10 or $9. This is just P&L per share. So today, 3 for 3 on all of these trades. Only these 3 names: Facebook, Target, and Luckin, and they've all been profitable. These are, if it's your first time, these are real live trades, guys. I mean, we're making these trades, we're putting on the risk, and hopefully you'll keep joining us and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
I do believe, Brendan, you got something for us?
An interesting name here, guys. Drive Shack DS in New York just popped up here. 48% on the day, broke $2 there on a huge volume spike. This is a company that operates both driving ranges and golf courses throughout North America, and it looks like the story is basically they're altering some of those, specifically the driving ranges, to accommodate some drive-through COVID-19 testing facilities. So DS.NY up about 50%, guys.
Certainly worth a look. Just going to update you guys on what's going on. We did take some out. We talked about taking 50 pennies on part of our INO trade. Still short here, deep in the money. It's still at that 1570 mark. We also have NNDM, which halted again to the downside. We're short here at 376. We picked it up. We tried to add to the position in front of 4 even. I should go ahead and cancel that order, obviously. Don't want that hanging out there when it reopens. But if it opens lower, I'm looking at this area right here around $3 as a target out. So if I can cash 60, 70 cents worth of a win on this short when it reopens, that's what I'm looking for. If it does open at the high end of this range and immediately test $4, I'll just take it out immediately. But we got a nice little short. You like to be short position when it's halted a couple of times coming back in. So we're sitting pretty on NNDM waiting for the reopen. But it is also time for some upgrades and downgrades. Let's go to Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, upgrades and downgrades time. It's an interesting time when some of the small caps start popping up on this page, and here we go. Co-Diagnostics, CODX with an upgrade today, but not really doing a heck of a lot on the day, but CODX getting an upgrade. CSX as well. Nice move right off the open, still in positive territory. I want to talk about this one down here. JP Morgan, nice look today, gapping higher, up about 3% on the day. Still to the downside, TD, Arco, Cosan, and Anaplan. Mostly in positive territory. This one just went negative on the day, was also in positive territory. If you're looking for some more opportunities, let's have a look at a couple of these very quickly. JP Morgan, yeah, just about to break day highs. So a nice look here. We gapped up, held this 90 in the pre-market and straight to the upside since then. So 91.50 was this high, just about to be taken out on JPM. Banks are strong today. Here's one in Canada. TD Bank with an upgrade today as well. Or sorry, a downgrade on TD Bank, but still positive. 57 holding now as support. We're about to take out the high on TD as well. Guys, back over to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not realize.
Yeah, didn't even notice that happening
like that. Alibaba's about to get in, hopefully here as the market just continues its march forward. We did get out of that Facebook trade, unfortunately, when it did break 227, back to 228. If you still have that one, congratulations. I'm flat on that. I'm flat on everything and just waiting for this Alibaba to get to 2. I mean, it still needs to go a little bit here. And Apple, I talked about that long at 218. Let's see where that's at. Okay, 318. Obviously, Apple. Yeah, I wrote down 318 level. So that breaks here, and then it's kind of been very choppy since then. Don't love Apple today. It seems to be too range bound for me.
I don't think I can ignore CCL. A couple of people have asked about what's the trade here. Missed that short pop. It's held 1450 of reversing each time. If it breaks low of day and the market tries to roll over, it's probably worth at least a scalp short. But it is trying to hold this bottom, and the market is holding up on those tops. So at some point, I still think there is a shot for the long trade. It's putting in, if it can put in some higher lows, maybe then I would try to go long the bottom. But it's going to be impossible for me to ignore the short trade. So if it does break the low of day, I'm looking at 1430. Forget about the pre-market action. I'm looking at 1435. We'll take that out. But NNDM just opened back up here, so we'll quickly get you guys back to this one. Did not get all the way down to 3 even. It only got to about 317. I would like to take this one out closer to 3, but if it's going to break above the halt price at 340 or so, you don't want to let it travel too far here. So I'm basically going to go with a stop, and it's going to be manual for me around this VWAP 370 mark. CCL just broke the low, so I'm going to have to watch that trade. So short in CCL on that break. See if we can't scalp something off. Watching out for the NNDM is trying to go higher. Brendan, what do you got?
Just seeing a story here, guys, on Forescout. Just posted this one. FSCT down significantly. Some legal action launched against one of their partners. So FSCT 11.5% here, all kinds of volume, holding below this 19 now for FSCT, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at CCL here as well. My only trade on that one was to go long through 1485, and that didn't happen. So, okay, we're going to go back to Target here. This one's coming back down. This is my best stock of the day so far. And again, you can see everything at the bottom. We've only made 3 trades today, and they've been big ones: Facebook, Target, and Luckin. Although Luckin was 2 trades, the long and the short. But right here, if we break down below some of these prices that I've gotten out at, I mean, this was basically a perfect trade here on Target. To my left, yeah. Okay, 121.50 breaking might be a good trade for that. So we're waiting on that one, and then we're also, guys, waiting on our friend Alibaba. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to give much room to shorting in CCL here. I do prefer this one. On the long break, we did talk about that, but I can't ignore the low a day. 1450 is going to be the out, so if we can work a price probably in the in the low 40s, so you're only risking about 10 pennies, I think that's worthwhile. I went break-even stop on NNDM for me. Look, you could take 10% on that trade. I think fine. You could have had 330. My target was 3. We slid our stop from risking about 40 cents to risking 0 to try and make that 70-cent winner. I think that's worth it. I'm not going to be done with NNDM, but I think you're swinging for a little bit bigger moves now that it's kind of blown up to the upside and trying to retrace. So if you did take the profit, fair enough. You know, it's one of those things where you take 30, 40 cents. That's obviously a good return on a $3 stock. Just was not my target when I got into that trade. Brendan, what do you got?
In an effort to confuse everyone, CCCL, CCC, 3 C's and an L. This is China Ceramics, guys. A crazy move here, 122% to the upside. They posted a full year and current quarter profit versus an expected loss. So 20 million shares on the day for this thing. You can see yesterday, this thing barely trades usually. So 20 million shares today, huge move for CCCL, guys.
I actually remember trading that one before. There was some sort of news on that before, and I remember China Ceramics, was some sort of a deal. So yeah, that stock can move on deal news, that's for damn sure. But yeah, CCCL, oh yeah, CCL, that's the one I was looking at. 14, what was I calling here? I'll have to look. And again, if you're just joining us for the first time, obviously I don't just sit here and make these calls based on one chart. So we have various different charts up here, 3 minute, 1 minute, 12 minute dailies. We got the futures, we got a little hot list action. I got oil going on here as well. well. And then what you guys see on the show is just a 1 minute chart with a VWAP on here. So that's all I'm playing for you guys right now on the show. And so what I was looking at was CCL on a larger time frame here, and I'll bust it out on for you guys right here, a 3 minute chart. I think I like this short, what was it, 1420 or so? Yeah, down here, that was that bottom, 1435. We're right there right now. I kind of see this clumping action over here, so I'm going to regroup, but I do like CCL through this spot right now. We're going to watch it because I did like high side, but obviously that's failed out here, guys.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look over at once again at Luckin, maybe in front of 3, but it looks like it's really just basing out in and out style of trade. I do want to get to one in that we haven't really been covering too often here. I know Sean was talking about Moderna a little bit. I want to get you back to it. It did make a big recovery off the bottom here at the open. $4 move to the upside. It's since faded. So look at this pre-market level here at 71.60. Look at the turn at 71.50. So it kind of puts in these lower highs. We're still trying to trend to the downside. I think we're selling in front of that 71.50 mark. You are seeing a previous level between 70 and 71.50. If it can't break into that range and through, it looks like it's going to be another short. But one short that we do have on is INO. I just want to get you guys back to this one. It's been an active one. It's done a lot of volume. But I think you're either reloading at 20s, which is my plan, or you're hanging on for dear life. If you see a turquoise line on my chart, that's just an order that I have, a limit order in the market. I am waiting on a bid here in front of 15 even to try and catch $1.10 worth of a win here. I am also willing to add to the position if we can get a pullback, but it hasn't happened yet. It's sitting in the money for us. We're not necessarily ignoring it. Just got in and out of the luck in there. I'm going to try and do that a few times, see if we can't start making some active trading on the stock if it doesn't want to go.
1692. Looking at KSS here. Yeah, I'm already in Moderna, guys. Yeah, you guys saw that. I talked about 6950 possibly as a short. So we're in it very, very small. Obviously, this stock has crazy amounts of ranges here. So we're in it pretty small. We'll see if we can't capture some profits at 69 and then go short again through 69 if that does come through. So we'll take this 6950. We're short Moderna. It's absolutely the only trade on for me right now, and we're just going to see what it happens through 70.25. If it goes back up here, it comes right back to the upside. So if it breaks through 70.25, that'll be it. We'll take our 70-cent hit. Like I said, it's very, very small. Can't be short a vaccine company here when anything can happen, especially with some sort of a releases. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this company is pretty shady at this point. So we're going to wait to see on that one. But hey, I'm going to get out if it does blow me out on the upside here. So that's Moderna, my only position right now short as we wait on Alibaba.
Yeah, I mean, and when you say shady, I know what you mean there, Sean. Certainly, shenanigans going on, some fishy action. I know that's going to have a lot of people sort of questioning the price action lately on Moderna, and there's going to be, I think, some sporadic selling. And so when you get resistance levels on a stock like this, with that sort of negative context to it, it's probably worth the shot to be shorting it and fading it. And for longs, it's kind of like Luckin. I think you don't hold on for dear life in longs and stocks like that. You just look for those short opportunities. Speaking of which, I did just get into Luckin here a couple of times, rolling over at 310, breaking 3 even, so I shorted there at 98. I just shorted again here at 92. It's working this range, but it can't break 285, double bottom here. If we take this out, this 285 mark, it could be a big time break, but I will take shares out in front of it because if it doesn't go, I don't want to throw away money here. 5 cents to 7 cents is great when it's doing 80 million, but if we flush this price, I think we're headed back to that 270 very, very quickly. So another short here in Luckin, and there goes INO deep in the money again, 76 cents. I am looking for $1 on that trade, however.
Yeah, INO, another big one. And again, a lot of these COVID names here moving around. So there goes Target. We also take that one short as well. TGT, so we're short right now. Moderna's basically flat. And then Target, we're short right here, 121.50. So a couple shorts here. I see on the talk, is that all I'm doing is shorting? But no, obviously not. I love to go, I was going to say both ways, but that could be construed somewhere else. So right now, we are short Target and we're short Moderna. Hopefully we can cash in on a monster when we get back from Brendan over at the big screen. What's up, Mr. Wickens?
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. We'll jump into a few trades here. Lots of opportunities in small cap world once again today. Neil was just talking about this one, but we'll give you a recap once again of INO. We were mentioning this in the pre-market, gapping up on fresh news regarding its COVID-19 vaccine that had some testing, came out positive results. INO, yeah, still up 5%, but 1750 up here in 17 we talked about in the pre-market. This gave you all kinds of opportunities to be short in front of 17. This is $1. My last out was $1 in the money. We're obviously much more than that, approaching $15 now on INO. So a great move to the downside this morning right off the bat for INO. We always talk about not getting away from names that we traded yesterday or the day before. ACB still going down. Guys, this was just an incredible opportunity. 1420 was a little bit of support yesterday in the afternoon. So just working off that 1420 area, above that 1450. This is now trading at 1220. So $2 to the downside for ACB if you had that one on your radar today. This one, not so much. A little bit of a muted day for DVAX, but I was watching this one as well in front of 620 to 650. A little bit of a pivot in the afternoon yesterday. So we're still kind of breaking down here. Still have a little piece of this, but overall pretty sleepy trade. Lots of opportunities though again today, guys. In small cap world, back to you.
You know, I don't know why I just sit there with resting orders on INO. I mean, you're an absolute savage, first of all, Brendan, having that INO short way back here in the pre-market. I mean, I waited till almost right before the open, as volatile as it was, but it just bounced away from my dollar winner on a dime. I am still looking for the same target. I think it's reasonable, at least now, to maybe slide a trailing stop, maybe to like 16 even or something like that. So if it comes back on the last quarter of this position, it's a winner no matter what. But I got to get to INO. We were just talking about it rolling over, not INO, sorry, Luckin Coffee. We just talked about it rolling over. It just broke VWAP. We got the 285 break. We're still short at 92 here, looking for the bigger flush. I want to see it get to 70. I want these 15 to 20 cent wins back on the short side trade. So we're sitting pretty here in this short, and we just got some Carnival Cruise Lines out. You know, I did say I like the long in this stock. I did want it to break through the high. We ignored it the entire way down. We could not ignore the break of the low of day. We worked into a position here a couple of times in front of 1450 and VWAP. Just taking some out here at 26. This one continues to slide to the downside, weaker than I expected, but you play the price action, you profit from it. Let's go, guys.
Let's go. I mean, let's go. That's right. Here we go. Target, 50-cent winner. Let's go. mRNA, guys, we just took that out at 69 even. So we talked about going 69.50 out 69. So we said we'd come back. Hopefully we'd have some winners. And guess what, guys? I'm at the high of the day again. So we'll catapult ourselves out there, wife, if you're watching. Yeah, sure, pick up a nice bottle, whatever. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, it's been a nice little win here. $69 coming crashing down. I'm sad that we didn't look. And Brendan, I need to be reminded sometimes a little earlier because, yeah, Aurora was my #1 stock yesterday. And, oh, yeah, bye-bye Target. So right now, 121 and bang, there it is. Timber keeps falling. What kind of a day is, like, what kind of a run are we on right now, guys? This stock just 70-cent winner right now on Target. 2 times. Double your pleasure on this one. 123 short, bang that out. 121.50 short, bang that out. Look, 50 cents. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, but right now, ride the heater, guys. Wow. Target right now will take out half, but yeah, it just keeps on going. This is a good one for us today, guys. Big one. Thank you for the coffee, Valeria.
I only have one long position. It's in United Airlines, and it continues this upward trend that we're looking for. Here's the problem. It might, for the first time, be putting in a bit of a lower high and consolidating. If it does do that, I will try to take I'll take the rest of the profit out and then only buy again on a dip to 25 or on a breakout trade. So if I'm sitting here and maybe like 10, 15 minutes from now when the market slows, we're still trading at 25.20, I'm probably just going to look to take off the win, buy a dip or buy a breakout only. There's more active names. We're already up on this stock. Speaking of stocks that we're up on, here goes CCL, more to the downside. This just goes to the whole point where you can't get married to your bias or any kind of position here. I came and wanted to go long. We identify a short trade. Some people were asking whether we should be going short. You can't ignore a move like this. We'll go disco ball action. Just took some out at 14.21. We're still short here on CCL at 14.38.36. We're deep in the money there. Luckin continues to hold at 280, so that's in the money as well. INO, we still want that dollar target. We've crushed that stock. That's my best stock of the day, even though we've been sort of glossing over it from time to time. It's because it's a very structured trade. You just want to make sure it sticks to your plan. There's lots of range there, but watch out for a break. If it ever breaks 17.50, you want to go long. Brendan, what do you got?
Another virus-related name here, guys. OPK just popping up on a huge volume spike. A little 270 name, but just broke the high from the pre-market there up to about 275. OPK, just going to check on the news here, but big volume spike, guys.
I guess I could cancel my CCL 1485 order there.
You know what, Sean? I'm not canceling those breaks to the long side because I've done that before.
Where is it, though?
And then it breaks in the afternoon, and it's a long that I wanted on a break, and then it's a fantastic trade at like 2 o'clock because I totally forgot about it after the initial move down. But here it goes to 14. I'll get some out in front of 14 on that level. If it can't hold that, who knows where it's going to go to the downside. Market's so strong here. Carnival really getting punished.
Guys, there it is. We are now done. You want a floss jar head? There it is. Look at that out there on target. We're going to be tweeting this one out. That's the low of the day. 120. Where was my price out there? 120.67. That's an 87-cent winner there. So back-to-back jacks here on target. And yeah, big time wins today on this name. You can see one short here, 123, then another one, 121, and just it just keeps on happening here. So another big win. The only trade we have on right now is this Moderna. This is the only trade we've had on so far today. This is back stuck at a 3-minute chart, so let me put a 1-minute chart on. We do go short on that break there of 69.50. I cash it out at 69.07, and then now we'll just wait for the rest. We'll give it to about I don't know, 70 and change here. That's where we'll be going short, or we're getting out of this one. So we'll make 40 cents, lose 40 cents if that does happen. And otherwise, let's target down here, man. 67.50 could be coming on this name. And that's about it. I mean, not much else happening. One trade on Fannie Mae here today. Fannie Mae, of course, mortgage broker, 2.7 million. Oh, JCPNQ. Let's see what that's doing here on the pink sheets. Okay, 26 million. Here, make me move this over here so you can see. 39% just got listed yesterday. 11-12 cents upside. Now today you're up to 15 cents. So JCPenney, obviously it's a bankrupted stock, but we'll talk about that one in a bit. But JCPenney, if you get delisted, a lot of the time you come over here to the pinks, which is OTC Market. Shout out to our friend Jeff Mendel for this one. Gave it to us yesterday, and now today it's tradable from our platform. So watch for a 16 break on this one. But wow, 27 million shares. Good job on JCP today, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the volume's tremendous on that one. It's just as big, maybe even bigger here in Luck, and I'm not going to get away from it too far, guys. 280 is holding like gangbusters, and that was, if you remember in the pre-market, please follow us and come in here at 9 o'clock, because the first level we talked about and said over and over again in the pre-market was $2.80. That was the first short. You could have had that off the open. It was a short right here. It was a breakout long at that price if you like the long. On the way back from 350, where is it turning around? At 280. These things aren't random. You pick these levels out. They have some significance. I am actually trying to hold this short at 292. I think I'll give it to 290 here in a retrace. But if it takes it out, I'm still looking for a 270 target on the rest of these shares. Despite the fact you're seeing me execute out here, I'm still holding a quarter of my position to see if we can't get a little bit lower here. But I'm going to go break even stop now on the Luckin short trade. Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Just setting up here, guys, for the crude oil inventory. I was going to zoom in here a little bit, see if we can't make this a little bigger. There we go. So yeah, a couple seconds here, we'll get crude oil inventories. They're expecting another build. We saw last week they were expecting a small build. It actually came out a drawdown for the first time in, I want to say, like a month and a half. So we'll see what happens here in 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1.1 million expected to the build side. Yeah, another drawdown, guys. 4.9 million barrel drawdown for crude oil inventories this week, guys.
Million.
I'm going to hit the fireworks there. It was a big time drawdown, but this one's for INO. Dollar target finally hit. You just sort of have to be patient with this one. The structure has been very clean. It's a downward trending stock. We shorted this one right before the open off of 17.25, not even 17.50. We got out all the way down. It held at 15.65. So that was our last out. We short the pullback into VWAP a couple times. We get out at that previous low. We hold some for the breakdown to 15 even. So you start at 17, you trade it to 15, in a $2 move, you're able to take much more than that because you're an active trader. So shorting the pop sometimes is going to help you. The downside of that strategy is if it just goes immediately from 17 to 15, you might have taken a few shares off too early. A lot of times stocks don't travel that way, so you like to be flexible in your trades. And we held on to Luckin Coffee for a 280 break. It's now holding below that price. If it gets down to 270, then we'll get that 20-cent win we've been waiting patiently for. So floss it off here. I'll hit the key there. I know you guys like to see it. In that shot, I have no hair, but I might have to return to those days. If they don't open up barbershops pretty soon, I'm going to be hard-pressed to continue with these wife cuts too much longer.
Yeah, I'm just tweeting out this Target trade right here, guys, and really, really happy and really proud of you guys for taking some of these trades with us today, including the Facebook trade as well. But this Target trade, very, very well disciplined here, because and again, I really want to say thank you to Wisdom there. I like that bond. What a bonzer of a day, he said. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. That's a good one. And thank you to Jarhead also for the super chat. Everybody with the super chat, thank you so much for all of that. But yeah, I mean, the most important thing, this is why we're doing the show, is for education. And it started with Day Trade the World. I mean, I was doing some back and forth with some of our offices on webcam here, and then we were like, oh my God, why don't we start teaching the masses? And that's what's happening right here. Target breaks the day's low here in the pre-market. We short that. We already had a short bias to this name due to yesterday's Walmart action. So Target came in with a nice report. I thought Walmart's was great, but we hammered Walmart yesterday. That was a monster trade. And then today, the same thing with Target, and then the same thing happens again. We wait for it to go. We let the futures settle down, and then we hit the short again, and that's just another winner. And I just want to, thank everybody for your continued feedback and your support. It's been a very super fun ride so far. We've only been doing this since I think it was like April 28th or something like that, early April. So it's been a fun ride. We're just getting going now. 21,000 subscribers. Keep hitting that like, keep hitting that subscribe, guys. We'll be back for you every single day, but not Memorial Day, which is Monday. We are off on Monday, so sad face on that one. But today has been a Street Fighter kind of day here, and so we make the money today to celebrate it on Memorial Day, guys.
Absolutely, and I can't say that enough. One thing that happens, I swear it happens at least once a day for me. When you have a stock that you're heavily trading, or maybe you're trading a lot of names, I'll leave a stop order that I didn't mean to have in. On the first halt, I did have a level at 420 on NNDM. I accidentally get into position. It was for more shares than I had the last time, so I had to quickly change my default, punch out a couple of times, pay some spread, which is worth doing. I'm not going to sit here in a stock that has a range of $2.50, monster range, and just hope that a trade I didn't want in the first place is going to work out for me. So you pay the spread, you get out instantly, worth doing, checking all my stops to make sure I don't have more, but also checking on a reload opportunity in Carnival Cruise here. Now, we got some shares out on the way down. I got greedy. I wanted it to go to 14. It got to 14.09, so I missed out on an opportunity there, but I am going to reload in the short. We're still looking at, I don't know why my target's up here, mispriced that. We're looking to get back in between 35 and 40 with the same 50 stops. So if it ducks into that range again, I'm going to reload the short, see if we can continue the trend downside in Carnival. Shows up 1%, but it's been sliding all morning long despite the strong market, the cruise lines being sold off.
Yeah, getting questions about AAL here, guys. I mean, we're just chilling right now, but you can always make more money. So let's have a quick look at this. Jarhead, obviously a great supporter of the show, so I'll have a look. No problem here for you. 1010. I mean, the volume's not great on this stock. 15 million shares is nice, but not really doing too much right now. We're stuck in a range. Let's break this down for a 3-minute chart here quickly, just to have a quick look for you. And we're still in this range, 10, 15, 10, 20. I mean, we break out there, that's fine, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, AAL Jarhead for me will be a no for now, but Brendan probably has a name for us.
Keysight Technologies, guys, another earnings name here. Keysight Technologies, Keys in New York up 6%. Just tagged 102 up here, a little bit of a pullback to 101.50, consolidating at day highs. Decent volume after earnings were better than expected, guys.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do something here on the airlines. I sort of talked about this one stalling out, and it's United Airlines. We were long a couple of times in this upward trend. Missed a dip by here where we're sort of excited about a couple of other positions at 25 even. That did hold, but I said if I came back in 15, 20 minutes and we're still hanging around these 20s and couldn't break higher, we would just take the profits. It's been a consistent trade. I still think I like the break through high of day at 25.40. I'll probably still give it a shot to buy the dip again in front of 25. I think you got to give that to our original stop, however, was at 75. I think you're giving it this time to about 24.90. So if you buy the dip here, maybe you buy 25 even, 25.01, whatever you like. You give that one to 24.90, or you're buying the high of the day on UAL. I know some people are watching Delta or American. It just was a setup and levels that I like better. They're all basically the same thing, but well, maybe with the exception of American Airlines, but they're all basically the same thing. Buying dips, buying the breakout on UAL. Brennan, what do you have? Cars,
guys. We're talking about the hotels, the cruise lines, the airlines, the car rental companies having a nice day as well. Look at this. Avis Budget, 14.5%, just broke the day highs there on solid volume as well. So even the car rental companies starting to come back from the dead, guys.
Uber's
Absolutely. And I want to get you guys back to luck, and I know it's obviously a fantastic one. I did say 270 was a bit of a target range. I took some shares out the first time it dipped down here. Right at that price, it looks like we're running into some support. So I will take more shares out in front of that 270 mark. Again, if this breaks, it hasn't even been able to retrace to 290. So I could go I have a break-even stop here. I could reload in front of it, but I'm going to hang on to some of this. I'm going to hang on to some of this position. If it rolls over again, I feel like we could test that 250 bottom. There's a lot of buying down there, certainly, but if we can continue to roll over, I think we have a shot to retest some of those lows. So I want to be in position when it happens. I talked about holding shorts more aggressively than longs on Luckin. Obviously, that cost me a little bit on the way up, only taking small wins long. But let's see if we can't do it on the short trade here. Short at 292 in the money. Might as well roll the dice here and see if it can't go down to 250. And we got a graphic for that, so I might as well hit it. Never have an occasion to hit it because I don't say it, but there we go. Roll the dice on Luckin Coffee. See if we can't get a bigger move to the downside.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one. I love the 270 break here. So I'm 2 for 2 on that, short and long. We'll wait to see, and we'll try it again. Small shares. This will be my smallest trade of the day here if Luckin does break downside, down 38%. We have shortable shares. You see some NASDAQ guy following it down. Our market wisdom, we're going to be releasing a few new videos. We released one the other day, support and resistance. So that's kind of what we're talking about right now at 270. Come over to our market wisdom page, Valeria. If you can drop that link there for some of those videos. What is VWAP? Is a popular one, and short selling. So a couple videos there and more to come. We worked on a few yesterday, so hopefully you guys are enjoying that stream as well. Not a stream, that page there where we have some more up. Looks like Luckin's going to break through. We'll go short at 269 if that does happen though, guys. So Luckin on the lookout for me right now as well.
Yeah, and I'm also, it just broke right there on Luckin Coffee. I think I even like some pullbacks. If it tries to get to 280, I'm going to short some more shares here if it's a failed break. But again, remember, 250 was a big level in the pre-market. It bought that back up. I think it's a reasonable target on these shorts. See if we can't get out in front of 250 on Luckin Coffee. It just happens to be these 10-cent levels that are holding. It's not a science to it. We're just noticing it happen in the charts. I think it was Travis just asking that question. It's not that you have to get married to the concept, but if that's what people want to buy, you get your profit out in front. It allows you the opportunity to rinse and repeat while maintaining a short position, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that perfectly said there. I'm still, I'm going to hold for, like Neil said, 250 or so. We'll see if we can't get a decent winner on this one. Why 250? Just sort of because where I was trading it before. So nothing scientific about that one. We'll wait on that. Luckin now into the money a little bit. mRNA, not only do we talk about our winners, but we talk about our losers. So right now this is 40 cents out of the money. And again, just holding this one for kind of like a dream, like I said. I don't believe in this stock or this company right now. I don't like what they did yesterday on that listing, on that share offering. So we'll just wait to see. I just wonder if there's more news coming about this name. So we're going to wait to see here on Moderna. That's going downside. Luckin short. That's the only positions we have right now, guys. But one of my most important or most favorite times a day is when we throw to Brendan for Sector Watch, because I miss JP Morgan and wish we would have had that. The bank's flying today, Brendan.
Yeah, front and center for the banks as far as strength goes. We'll have a look at the overall S&P 500, but yeah, here are the financials leading the way as far as gainers are concerned on the day. Some of the smaller ones popping up here as far as percentage gainers. ZION 6.75, SIVB and TFC all up more than 5% on the day. So a nice look for some of the regional banks as well. There's JP Morgan just popping up there, and BAC. There's Citibank as well, 2.8% to the upside for Citi. Insurance companies all nicely higher as well. We mentioned a few of those right off the bat this morning. One in negative territory down there after a little bit of a disappointing earnings result, and the diversified financials also pretty much all in positive territory outside of one lone one. I want to talk about energy shares real quick. Obviously, crude oil getting a little bit of a pop off of that inventories number, but all of these were in positive territory to begin with on the day. But FTI, Apache, and Oxy there leading the way, and then Noble, BKR here 6 and 7% to the upside. So energy stocks are strong. Industrials also giving a lot of support to the market so far today, thanks to these guys here. Transportation names, airlines, some of the shipment companies are in here as well. But UAL, DAL, we mentioned this morning, and AAL there 4.25%, all bouncing back nicely after declines yesterday. Over here we have HWM, CARR, and DE. 4.8% for DE to the upside today. Pretty much all in positive territory outside of a couple down here that are negative. Tech stocks are still in positive territory, but definitely not leading the market higher today. These two groups right here, industrials and the banking stocks, are in charge. Semiconductors very strong though. QCOM, AMAT we talked about yesterday a little bit, and QRVO, really nice move, 3.6% to the upside. Just want to mention this one, PayC, down 2.25% today after earnings. Everything else though in the software group also higher. Overall, guys, 1.8% for the S&P 500. Back over to you.
Big day here all around. I'm going to take Penn Gaming here as well. Penn, a big stock there, Barstool Sports. So we're going to see what happens here back into this spot. Penn is already up 10+%. Looks like it might be a good one if we can just get above this level, which is what we're trying to do right now, 26.22. We're going to go long if it gets into the 40s, and that should happen very, very soon. Let's put a 1 minute chart out just to see what this looks like on a 1 minute. Yeah, nice little move back up. We've taken out some of this stuff up here, down here. Now we'll wait to see as we break above 2640. 125 fills I have today, so that's a lot of ins and outs. We're going to wait to see here 2640. You got VWAP up here at 2650. So yeah, I do like Penn Gaming here, up 11%. Before we go away though, let me just see what DraftKings is up. Wow, 30 bucks again. Wow, okay. DraftKings does take out 30 and then goes to 31 off open and now fading back in. So DraftKings, this chart does not look as nice to me as that Penn does. So, and plus you don't have the 10%. Maybe we can find out, Brennan. I don't know if there's some sort of a position being taken on Penn by somebody. I don't think they had earnings, but here we go. We are in the stock now, 26.38. We are long Penn right now, 26.38, guys.
Yeah, good look on Penn. Certainly worth a look. I know you guys are watching some names here on Uber. I have not looked at it one time yet. It's again going to be upside trading on Uber. It just broke the high of the day, so it looks like another one of these breakout potential trades. I love the fact that it held the pre-market top here, and then you get a breakout through 34.60. So I think you're buying dips at least to 45, similar to what we did in UAL. You can try that over in Uber. But Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Just looking at that Penn National Gaming, guys, we have JP Morgan raising a price target. They've also reopened some of their casinos. Where is it? Doesn't actually say, but they've reopened some of their facilities, regional casinos, 25% of their portfolio being reopened as of today, guys. So a little bit of news, yeah, behind that Penn move.
Okay,
there you go.
We're only going to hold it till $26, so we'll see this. We're going to go more long if it gets above 50. So Penn, good news on that one. Whenever you get open up your business, obviously there's some profitability to happen there, especially if you're in sports gambling like I am. We'll have to wait for that to come back until my account hopefully can grow on that side. But sports gambling a lot harder, in my opinion, than day trading. A lot of you may disagree with that, but that's my opinion. So we're going to wait to see here 26.50 breaking on Penn right now. Well, if that happens, look, upside, guys, I'm waiting for this to come through 27. So we'll get some out at 27 if we can, and then the rest out, see if we can make new high a day.
Another type of gaming I know you love, Sean. I'm going to hit this one for you. I know you're a Mortal Kombat guy. Well, I'm a Mortal Kombat guy, but you're a Street Fighter man. I'm going to go perfect on this reload. It's not quite perfect. I did mention we wanted to take some shares back in CCL on a pop. It got to 35. We reloaded here at 32. Not a bad entry, but we just got some shares out there at 16, sorry. A nice little bottom here. I'm still holding a core position. We're still short at 14.35. So again, like Luckin, when you're playing a trend here, you're shorting pops. I'm getting out in front of support levels. I'm seeing if it can't get down to that 14 even. If 14 goes, as strong as the market's been, if this breaks the low again on Carnival, you just want to be exposed to the short trade here the entire way unless it breaks the trend. So your trend is your friend. Short the pops, short the breakdowns, hold on to that core position and profit from it. Comments, reload time in Luckin. I see you asked that question. Maybe you did see it, maybe you didn't. We do see our executions come there. Yeah, I mean, I got some shares there. I just took some more short right here at about 77. I had moved my stop to that 280 mark. So, again, I was at 92 short. I take some at 77. My average price works out to about 283 here. So if it breaks 80, I'm actually still making a little bit of money depending on how much slippage there is. But if it breaks down back to 60, you take the 10, 15 penny wins or even 10 cents if that's what you want, and then work that trade again. So if it breaks 280, I'm out. Still a winning trade. If it makes another flush to the downside, we're going to go for that nice little win again. But if it breaks 280, if it can't get above VWAP, I'm going to jump right back into that short aggressively and look for these same trend trades to the downside on Luckin Coffee.
Yeah, Luckin Coffee, good short there. We still are in that short. We're going to get out if it breaks above 285, guys. So that will be my out here, and that'll be that on Luckin, and we'll go 2 for 3 if that one doesn't happen. So that's Luckin Coffee. Okay, Baba still, guys. I'm still waiting for that one to come through. Alibaba near the day's high, just fluctuating here back and forth and not doing a whole hell of a lot. Let's check back in on the biggest trade of the day for me so far, and that was Facebook long here pre-market. I mean, if someone asked if we actually make money, I mean, up to you to see if we do or not. But I mean, these are real trades. Anybody trading with us at Day Trade the World knows how this works. 223.50 there, and then 224. Obviously, we're not doing this with paper trades. Why would I sit here and do that? 227 upside. So yeah, right now Facebook. Wow, we dumped it at 227 when that got out. But yeah, this stock monster. We knew that. You got to trade Facebook anytime there's news on it, man. It's such a loved stock by everybody. Robinhood traders, everybody. So people loving Facebook. We talked about it yesterday at 215. Hopefully you held that for a nice little winner as well. But this one moving, and now Penn finally starting to get spicy again here. We'll see if it breaks 26.50. We're long 26. There we go. We go more long as promised there at a 26.50. So if you think we're not trading for real, I mean, here's the marks. Tick tick. Let's see if this keeps going upside now. Back down, and here it comes. I mean, we're going to wait for 26 to break. We'll get out of some. If the majority comes back down here, then yeah, we do have to get out of our trade. So we're going to wait for 25.75. But right now, Penn Gaming long right now 26.47.60. So right here, we're long right now. Penn, this is the level. We just might have paid a little bit too much for that, but we're going to wait to see as we're trying to break new highs on the futures. I believe it was Brendan.
Yeah, a little flooring retailer here, guys. FND, Floor and Decor, up or down 2.3%, but up nicely on the day now. We just broke this high, prior high of 45.20, moving back to the upside. They announced an offering aftermarket, I believe it was yesterday. Gap down on that news, 44.50, but climbing back to the upside. Huge relative volume on FND today, guys.
Absolutely. And just want to remind everybody, we're going to have our guest trader of the day coming through in just about, just over a half an hour now. Dane's going to be coming through. I know he's active in the chat. We are making sure we can answer as many questions as possible. I know a lot of you guys are throwing stuff in there, and we are doing our best. Of course, you know, Sean and I keep saying we're live trading, finding new things, managing positions, but we are trying to get to all of your questions. You can always keep submitting them, because Valeria keeps those questions and does have one that they'll answer throughout the day at the end. And of course, you can always tweet at us, and we can answer questions on Twitter, you know, throughout the day whenever we get a moment. I only have one position on here, so I don't have to put the board up for you. Carnival Cruise Lines, the plan here, while still holding 2/3 of our position, is to reload. This time would be in the 30 range, maybe even as aggressive as the mid-20s. Get out some in front of 14, hold for that trend. The market is trying to hold here, guys, near the top end. Let's look at the NASDAQ here. It is trying to hold, it's put in a lower high. If it rolls over, we've seen the weakness in the cruise space despite wanting that 1480 break. I think if we roll over here, it's a good place to be short in those cruise lines, which we are right now in Carnival.
Yeah, I was waiting. Let's check out CCL. I know you guys are just looking at it, but just for my own sake here. NY, yeah, okay, I'm still waiting for this bottom here, 1407. You can see from yesterday. We're going to wait to see if that breaks, and then we're going to go short. So I'm going to hold off on Carnival. I loved the long up here. It was such a great break of that low as well. So we'll have to keep watching Carnival every day. Shout out to Bear Bull Traders. Anybody familiar with them? We're good friends with those guys. And me and Carlos have been going back and forth on all the money that's been made here on CCL. So yeah, it's been a great trade, and we'll continue to see if we can't take even more profits out of this name. But for me right now, it's Penn long. You guys know that we're long right here, 26.47. mRNA, we're about to get out of that one as it's going to break through 750. I should have that order in, and we have a bunch of stop orders in, so hopefully that comes through. And then LK is just chilling, but I do not have many shares, so we're going to wait to see what this one does, maybe back to 3 or so, but we are short at $2.68. So that's what's happening right now for me, but I do have to make sure that I do have this mRNA in, because I should be out here at 70.50, so not sure what's happening on this one.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back to this NNDM here, and this is why you get out of a trade you don't mean to have. Didn't want a long at 420, but it looks like when we originally put that in for a short stop out, that was a good price, because it does turn around there. Our original entry points were always around this 380, and it was because it looked like an obvious pivot point at the time. That's sort of being confirmed here as it's consolidating between about 390 top end, 360 at the bottom, but look at it hold that 380 mark. So I am looking for a breakdown, possibly around 360 to grab the short. If it retests 420, I think that's probably going to be a spot where you go short in front with a long scalp reversal. If it breaks that 420, you're probably going to squeeze some shorts out of here and catch a quick win. I'm only going to be holding shorts and scalping long on an NDM, however, after that offering. So that's the structure. Look at those levels. I think it can come into play, whether it's going to be now, whether it's going to be a little bit later, maybe even in the afternoon. Thank you, Robert, for that super chat. Obviously, I like the question here. You're looking to invest. You have $5K you want to put into a stock and leave it in this market. Sean, I know. Here's my guess.
Okay.
I think you might say Apple.
What are you going to say?
To be perfectly honest, I think if you're buying in this market right now, you're putting into something that you believe in for a very, very long period of time.
Yeah.
So basically, if the market goes down to lows, what would you want to own? I think that's why most people would say in Apple. I know there's some places where you can get some better return, potentially in terms of upside and volatility. I don't know that would be my approach. You know me, Sean, I'm more risk averse. That's why you'd stick it in something where I'd be buying it if it goes down 25% from here anyways. And that's why Apple qualifies to me. I feel like there's no chance they're going to be in any trouble, whatever happens in the next year, which is, it's an unknown with the coronavirus. So stick me in Apple. That's what I would pick. I know it's boring, but it is what it is. I'm a trader when it comes to taking risks, not necessarily in the investment space. I want to play it safe.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's a good one. Yeah, obviously, I mean, Apple would be one of my picks as well. I'm long that stock from a hell of a long time ago. So yeah, I love Apple. Been trading in and out of that one. Look, I would say if you're looking for something now, Robert, first of all, thanks for the super chat. That's fantastic. I would dip my toes in, and I said this yesterday, and I said this to a couple people around here. I'd put 2,500 of that to work in Alibaba right now, and then wait to see what happens on Friday. They're going to come out with a report. I think Alibaba, and I'll call it up for you right now, or maybe even DraftKings if you really want to get spicy. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Alibaba here, guys, 220. Look at the chart here on the daily. It's all the way back up. I was able to pick some up 180 myself, but that doesn't matter. We'll see here. It doesn't matter where stocks have come from, right? It's where they're going. So I just think that on that report, they take out all-time highs, and that's going to come Friday. I have no idea what the report's going to be, but if it's good, then it does take out all-time highs. So I would say you put a little bit in there for BABA right now, and then if it does get back here down to this 50-period moving average, which was like 197 or so, you dip your toes in again, and then in case the apocalypse happens, you dip again down here. But I like Alibaba alongside. You see what Amazon's doing. If this rhetoric with China goes away, then I do like Alibaba. So there we go. And yeah, obviously a lot of this is going to be time frame, but you did mention investments. So that should be a good one. And yeah, you can't go wrong with Apple or Google. My call at the beginning of the year was PayPal at 108. So those of you that were watching back in January, which was pretty much just our offices, know that PayPal was the call at 108 for the year. So that's at 152 right now. So welcome to a 50% return on that call in 3 months. What's up, Brendan?
I just wanted to mention this one. I saw somebody mention this in the chat here. Rumble on RMBL. Yeah, it's not up 2,000% today, guys. This is a 1 for 20 stock split. So yeah, RMBL halted a bunch of times, but this is a stock split today, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, Sean. I'm just sort of staring at this NVAX, which I haven't traded at all today, and it's looking very to me. And I kind of want to put a short on here. But it looks like in this setup I should be giving it to 52. But you do see it sort of bouncing back up to VWAP here. And if you put it on right now, you're risking $2 when it's put in a higher low, which is a bit of a tricky spot here. So I feel like I'm stuck in a position where I can't short it until it breaks above VWAP. Otherwise, it's just sort of you're hoping it breaks the low of day. I know this one had an offering, so I'm going to have to wait for this one to get up to 51.50. I know some people were asking about it here. I'm going to have to wait. I don't think you can put the trade on right now. It's going to be risk to reward 1-to-1, which I don't love at this time of day. But I do love when Brendan talks some crypto and some currencies. Let's go to him for Money Talks.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. It's been the story of the week. We've been seeing a little bit of US dollar weakness coming back into play, so you're going to see a lot of things in positive territory once again today. I want to point out the Canadian dollar up again today. We did surpass that 72 cent mark for the CAD, back to the upside after that inflation data we were talking about this morning. It did come in below expectations, but still not as bad as I think a lot of people were expecting. So Canadian dollar back above 72 cents here, up about 0.45%. The euro also higher, approaching once again 110 for the euro, up more than 0.5% for the euro. The pound is also in positive territory. Down here, Australia and New Zealand also nice gains on the day. Didn't find any significant economic releases in Australia today, but nice pop for both of these. Bitcoin and Ethereum, the cryptos down here. I just wanted to point out Bitcoin earlier in the week and also last week we were talking about this 9,900 level coming back into play here. We actually tagged it early on this morning in Bitcoin, so almost back to that 9,900. A little bit of a pullback, but still higher on the day. 0.8% for Bitcoin. Ethereum following suit. Back over to Neil.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Look, we don't necessarily trade a lot in the currencies. Obviously, we're equity trading and we're day trading at that, for those of you that are curious about that. One thing that we didn't do was, people have asked what platform are we trading on. We get that question a lot. We're trading it through Day Trade the World here. It's Pro 8 is the proprietary platform. It is a floor behind us that you are seeing. It's not full right now. Of course, as with everything that's going on with COVID, we have some remote trading. But I want to review, and we didn't do this morning because Luckin was going crazy, the numbers at Day Trade. We'd like to look at the top 10 traders. And it's going to say today, this of course would have been yesterday's trading, the top 10 traders individually. We can see how much they made. Top trader pulled in 21,000. Trading only the LLC, that's London. So we trade 60 different markets at Day Trade the World. 20,000 was number 2. Amex, CME, NASDAQ, New York NYMEX, heavily trading in the North American markets. Number 3, 17,000 in the same North American markets. 13,000 primarily trading Europe again. And then 12,000 rounding out the top 5. Again, NASDAQ in New York. You scroll down, you can see some more European traders here able to make some good profits at Day Trade the World. So it's kind of one or the other. We obviously are going to be trading the U.S. markets heavily, given the time that we're on and what you guys are interested in. So I did mention I was working, or at least looking to work into a trade in NVAX. It's now broken above VWAP here, so it's starting to get into that target range. 52 at the top. 51.50 would be a nice little area. It does look like a breakout traditionally, but with the news, of course, with the offering, I'd rather be hunting shorts, risk 50 cents and plus slippage to try and make a buck, $1.50. Even if it looks like it's a trend reversal, I want to be net short and a name like an NVAX on a day like today, given the price action that it's had. I have one position on currently. That's just going to be Carnival Cruise Lines. I'm only reloading if it gets up to that 1430 mark. You are seeing it form a little bit of a wedge here, making at least one higher low, but it's still putting in these lower highs. It is still trending to the downside on this little 1-minute chart. If it gets to 1480, I'm still taking a breakout long if that happens later in the day. Otherwise, I'm riding this short trade until it breaks VWAP or breaks that low of the day. Carnival Cruise, it's been a good trade all morning long here. Despite a long bias, you can still find that price action. When it breaks lower, you sort of give up the ghost that you're going to get that long break and join the party short side. That's what we did with Luckin, and I'm hanging on tight to that trade. No reason to get out at this point. Short here at 1435. One last one to get to is Luckin. We did get out of this trade when it broke back up at 280. Tested up to VWAP at 285. I did say if it failed to break above and held lower, I would jump into this trade again. So now you're in a range, 275 to that 285. Short the top end of the range with a 290 out. If it breaks a low, hang on to some for a bigger flush. Rinse and repeat. That's what we've been doing all morning long on Luckin.
Yeah, I see here. Okay, so here goes Penn. We take out half there as it looks like it breaks down here. So we're into this chop area here. So we do take out half of Penn. So there you go, guys. Falling in a hole right there. That trade does not work out for us. Penn to the downside. So that's one back into the hole right there. So we'll see what happens out of half. We're going to wait to see if it does break through 26. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, we'll be out of Penn, and that'll be a smooth 47-cent loss. Actually, we just got out of some there as it broke a 3-minute VWAP. What was the price there? 26.05. So we're long at 47, out at 05 there. 42 penny loser there on Penn. I'm still going to go longer, believe it or not, guys, if we break above 26.60. I like this trade. It's up 10%. I wonder if there's some profit taking here. Look, if it breaks back below 26, we'll be done for this one, guys. That's Penn right now, not a winning trade.
Yeah, I'm just getting my stop locked and loaded and ready to go for this NVAX. It's setting up. I want to be prepared for when I get into this position here. I want to have a stop ready to go. If it breaks 52, I am going to be diving into a short, but the timing of it's going to be interesting. I'll get in some of it on the way up, but I'd prefer to see it turn around and then catch the rest on the way back in. So I want to see it fail before I get into a full position. It's just a style of trade when running a short in front of a resistance level like that in NVAC. So that's the plan. We'll execute it as long as we get a break of 51.50. 52 is my out. Brendan, what do you got?
Just watching this FSCT, guys. We talked about this one earlier. Had an offering this morning. Big move down, still down 8.5%. But we are now holding back above this 19. Tested it once, was a little bit of resistance again. So starting to get back above 19, moving in the right direction, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're still looking around here to find you some more trades as we're going. Looks like Penn will break $26 and we'll be out, and there it is. So we flush ourselves again. Why would I do the fall in the hole? This time we'll flush it down. So that's a 50-cent loser there for Penn. So yeah, not a great trade there for that stock, but we'll just continue to go because CCL right now takes out that 1407. So here we go. Let's see what happens now to the downside on Carnival now. Breaking down below, we'll see about $14. But right now short 1407 here on CCL. Look, it's 1101 now, man. Most of the money's made off the open. So we talked about that already. I was up more at like 9:35 than I was all day yesterday. So we'll just keep that trend going here. I'm short Carnival Cruise Lines. Let's zoom in just a little bit more. Obviously, VWAP is way up here. We've just had a nice little fall down. So we'll see if it wants to bounce off 14 even here. But when we come back from European update with Valeria, hopefully this thing will be a little more southbound than it is right now. And here it goes, 1405, Carnival, take it, Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe is mostly in a positive territory today. Britain is up 0.83%. Germany is up 1.12%. France is up 0.49%. Spain is up 0.8%, and Russia is up 3.84%. Well guys, quick news updates from Europe. Brexit negotiators have complained about lack of progress after their third round of trade talks. Greece's economy is expected to shrink 13% this year. Cambridge University announced that it will resume online classes only through the next year. Well guys, that's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Good job, Ms.
Thank you very much. Guys, I gotta flush myself down the toilet here. Now, we're talking about UAL, the reason why I was getting out and waiting for it to break the high of the day or maybe a retest of VWAP, but very sloppy entry here. I'm gonna show you this loss, guys. We take the long at 25 even. We had to stop at 24.90. However, I had a couple of orders sitting in there, and it's like I wanted to build a position in front of that 24.90. So what I end up doing here is just leave the secondary order. You don't want to do that. You see the way this is coming in? You don't want to add to this. Just accept the fact that it's rolling over. You have the one entry already. Look at this flush that we're seeing. So it's very, very sloppy trade. It's good that you have a stop. You get out, keep price. Good thing we did it. You save yourself 20 or 30 cents. But you see that there's no reason to add to that position. And CCL, yes, obviously in that flush, we've been short this entire time, reloading on Carnival, and there's 50 cents in the money. Wow.
Yeah, great trade there.
Holy mother.
Yeah, look at this. Sorry. This just keeps on going, guys. Yeah, Carnival, I've been cashing out here. This is the only trade I have, so you know it's big shares, and we're going downside now on Carnival. Big trade there. Wowzers. Here we go. Cashed it in. Once again, guys, gave you this trade. 1407. We talked about that one when we got back from the break. We'd hoped this would be huge in the money. This is just a bunch of outs here, guys. We have direct market access, right? So every time we get a chance, we just put our bids in there and just take it out. Look at that, 1385.86, the best out right here. Yeah, Brendan, get back to your desk there if you have Carnival Cruise short. Big time trading here happening, and yeah, I mean the day just keeps getting bigger and better. There it is once again. We can floss it off. You guys love that floss. It's coming. And Secret Floss is coming soon as well. Hint, hint.
Yeah, and I got to thank you, Sean, there. I mean, obviously, you're watching a UAL break to the downside. The travel space goes down. I'm sitting in the Carnival short. And thankfully, because you yelled it out, I was able to get out. So thank you for the assist there. Otherwise, it's already back, and we got it out there. I got it out at 91, so it looks like a 40-cent win on that trade. I would have given up an extra 10 cents by not getting to it. Looking at the non-reversal in the airlines there, you see the flush. It happened in both the cruise space and the airlines just seconds ago. Brennan, what do you got?
Yeah, Norwegian guys coming out saying they're extending cancellations through the end of July. So no cruises happening for Norwegian until July 31st at least. So yeah, big flush on NCLH as well, guys.
I gotta tweet this.
Not as deep as I would have expected, to be honest with you. Norwegian only went an extra 20 cents down there. Carnival's move was actually much better. So I guess we picked the weak one. I'm looking at bounce backs maybe into the 12.30, 12.40 range if you can catch it on NCLH, and Carnival probably in front of 14. That looks like a good level for me as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to tweet at Bearable Traders here another one, because we've been going back and forth on this one for a while here about Carnival. And your boy did it again here, and there it is right there, breaking through 1407 to the downside. Look, I like Carnival as a long-term play here, because I do obviously think that once this gets all settled down, we'll be back. But this is one trade in, and then now you're seeing what's happening. We're getting out here near the bottom. So Carnival, just another stock there. It's the only trade that I have on right now, and it's a banger. It's a 17-cent winner as we speak. I was looking for Alibaba to go upside. I just saw Arun over there. He gave some shout outs to the Facebook call, so thank you so much for that, Arun, as well. Wondering again why I don't hold for longer, and yeah, Arun, I know. But there it is, 227. That's a big win. But in here, guys, we take it all out for quick wins. We don't hold all the way up, so yeah, boo on me for that one, but we cash in regardless when that does happen. And then CCL, of course, just topping everything off here today with CCL. Nice little trade there. We are getting ready for our guest of the day. It'll be Dane here for the third or fourth time now, guest of the day. If you're interested in that as well, send the email. I think we have a little graphic that can fly through, and we'll test and we'll get you guys on the show as well. But yeah, exciting times ahead for Dane and us coming up soon. I think 11:25, guys.
Absolutely. I think they want to hit the secret floss. I don't know if I have that key, Sean, so I think you need to hit it there.
What?
Secret floss. I don't know. It must be
secret floss is ready?
I don't know. I keep hearing it over and over again, but I don't know if we have it.
They probably have it.
Maybe they have it. Maybe you guys can trigger it if you want to. But I am looking at the CCL. It is trying to claw off this little bottom here. I was going to just immediately short 14, but I feel like I might want to have a deeper pullback at some point. Someone's asking about the airlines. When it comes to shorting them, I feel like AAL usually is the better play. So we're going to have a look at American. It did roll over. Shorting anything in front of 10 is going to be the play for me. Brennan, what do you got for us, buddy?
I was just checking if I have a secret floss button, but I don't think I do. MNLO here, guys, 9% to the upside, coming up to $2. Huge volume spike. Took this thing up to $2 here. So just checking on MNLO, guys.
Okay, yeah, I'm just getting this tweet out here. Shout out to Bearable Traders as well. Follow me on Twitter, guys, for sure. Okay, you don't get how we're shorting the POW blog. We do have, Valeria, throw that short up there, that video if you have it. We do have a short video explaining on how we're shorting and why we're shorting and what shorting means and whatnot. And so, no, we're not playing options. We go broker. We have basically unlimited access to shorting stocks. Some of them are on the pay for short list, so we do have to pay sometimes a couple pennies per share, sometimes a little more than that, depending on the stock. But CCL, widely traded, widely held, so no problems at all. And when I see this go, it's simply just put another button. Like, I've made 152 trades today, all with the hands, so that's what it is on that one. What's up with Penn here? Sorry, someone mentioned something about Penn. Did that come right back to the upside? No, it did not. So short. This is why we get out of when Penn breaks. So that's the only loser that we have on so far today. But right now, though, Carnival back downside. We still have this short. We're going to take some out here at 85, I guess. It's bounced off there a couple times. Let's take some out at 86, and then we'll just look at the downside even further. But still got 40% of this, or not less, 30% of this trade on right now, guys, CCL.
Yeah, speaking of shorts there, Sean, I mentioned I wanted to short AAL in the airline space, but we actually don't have locates on that one, so I'll jump over to UAL, United Airlines. Some consolidation here between 65 and 80. I think I'll try to work a position in this range, see if it can't roll over to the bottom. Not going to give us all the way to VWAP, just the time of day thing. I think you want to, usually around lunchtime, risk a little bit less. The moves aren't always as big, so I'm going to jump to the short trade a little bit late. I'm going to temper my expectations and have have a tighter stop. So work maybe an average price in the low 70s, risk to about 80, risking about 10 pennies or so. See if you can't retest that low. Not in the pre-market, but the low right here is 24.40. So there is about a 2-3 to 1 win-to-loss ratio for United Airlines. That would be American in front of 10, but we couldn't go short, so I'm not going to be able to play that one.
Yeah, okay, AAL, yeah, good look there. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the locates there. Guys, follow us all over here. People saying that there might be a scam on funds. So let's check that out. PHUN, I know a lot of you guys have been talking about that one. We've traded this before. Okay, here's the halt on this name. And this is what it looks like on our system when a stock does get halted here. You can see it's frozen up. I mean, these are all halts?
It's too many.
What too many?
How do you trade this thing? It's ridiculous.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this doesn't even look like a chart, believe it or not. But yeah, halt. This is like 10 halts here today. So yeah, wow. Okay, fun. Nothing
Figure
to
it
see
out,
here.
NASDAQ.
Yeah, that stock might be something up with that. So anybody thinking that's a scam, you may be into something there, as that looks pretty fishy to me. Brandon, what's up?
I was talking about this one earlier. I just wanted to pull this up, guys. Yeah, they're teaming up with Hewlett-Packard for some mobile healthcare technology, that Foonware. So that was a news story about 8:30 this morning. But yeah, a couple of it looks like analyst coverage starting on this one as well. But yeah, they're teaming up with Hewlett-Packard, guys.
Are they though? I mean,
yeah,
we'll have to see. I mean, that's the thing. We just say that as a joke, but when you see all those kind of halts, yeah, we don't really know what's going on, so we just wait for the news pending there. But that is what it is. So yeah, fun, a fun one to trade if you're long.
I gotta rant a little bit here. A stock that has 23 million in volume shouldn't halt this many times. It's a little ridiculous to me that there's that kind of liquidity and there's a need for that. Obviously, there's enough liquidity for people to get in and out of trades and sort of you don't need to have your hands held here. Obviously, it's a $2 stock. There's plenty of opportunity. Look at the liquidity here. Why is this thing going to have to halt every time it moves 10%? But that's just the way it is. It is what it is. I got one position on here. UAL immediately breaking back to the upside. So try shorting it. Yes, we should have rolled over short at 25. I don't short until this retracement. I take it out at 24.80. So tight stop, like I mentioned on that trade. More to do with the time of day as opposed to not believing in it. Either way, we're going to look at this one probably in front of VWAP again at 25. We're not going to be done by a long shot with UAL or in Carnival. I want to short any kind of consolidation at some point here. I did at first mention 14, but then I kind of thought that I liked the airline play a little bit better at the prices I was seeing, and that's just because the previous bottom on Carnival was at 14.08. The level I was using short was 14.35 where we're shorting, so I want something in between that range. So you have the previous low at 10, you have the level I was using at 35, right smack dab in the middle of these 20 to 25. That's what I'd love to be shorting in front of on Carnival Cruise. Gets there, jumping back in, Luckin shorting in front of 3, it's at 285 right now. It could give you an opportunity. The volume is still fantastic on that one at 100 million, but I want to see it get to those key levels before I dive back in. 10 minutes until we have our guest trader of the day. Should be fun. Can't wait to bring you on there, Dane. Anybody that has any questions for our guest of the day, keep them for about 10:25 when he comes on, and we can throw them in and ask him here live when he joins us. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Mobile, just noticed this one, 38% here. Huge move on volume as well. They are ex-dividend as of today and also updated their current quarter. So CMCM here having a nice day, guys.
Okay, yeah, I mean, lots of names there. Just Neil brought up UAL or some of those travel stocks making a move back up, so that triggered me to get out here. So now we have very small position on CCL. We have 10% left of this 1407 break. So if it comes back, those of you that have watched the show know I like to hold 10, so that's the 10% that will hold. Most of it out. Really, to be honest with you, my biggest out was 94, 93, so that was 15 cents, and we'll take that. Wasn't able to really see any levels lower than this, but I still do like it. But again, we tucked ZCL one time. I believe it was an AAL, something we got out, and then the thing ripped up like $2. That was just a couple days ago, so this could happen again. So we'll get out if it breaks back above this level here, 1410, 1411. We'll get out of our last 10% to just floss off. Once again, another big trade here. Only one negative stock today, actually two. mRNA was a slight loser, and then Penn, you guys just saw me take that one. That's the only loser for today. But Facebook, I can go over all the trades, but maybe we'll do that, guys, when Dane comes on, which will be very, very soon. And then, yeah, I still haven't been able to find that secret floss, guys.
I don't have it either, but so you know what else I don't have? I don't have NVAX.
You guys should hit it.
I don't know how I did structure this trade. I kind of talked to you guys about this one, shorting in front of 52. I did want it to get to 51.50 before getting into position. Turns around 30 cents shy. So we did miss our target. You did see a nice move down of $1, but it's holding 50 even. So I think there's still a chance that we can get involved. However, now that it's possibly putting in another higher low, it's going to get trickier and trickier to like this short trade. So I'll probably only have one entry short, and it's now turned into a reverse long for me. So because of this higher bottom, if it now holds this without breaking down and fills me at 51.50, I'm going short in front of 52 still, but I'm now reversing long because it's showing a little bit more strength, and I wasn't willing to go long before. But that subtle change is why we're changing our mind, and we'll try the long trade, but first going short 51.50 NVAX. Brendan, what do you got?
Kind of disappointed, actually. Vaxart here missed this one this morning. VXRT up 3.75%. Huge pop in the pre-market here. So this company had a bunch of candidates for a COVID-19 vaccine. Apparently, they've now narrowed their search down to one. So they've got rid of a whole bunch of them that didn't work, and they've narrowed it down to one, and it's an oral application, apparently, for their COVID-19 vaccine. So a nice look here for VXRT, guys.
Okay. I mean, there it is again. I mean, lots of vaccine names coming through. We talk about that every day on the show. So if you guys are looking for those crazy runners, NNDM, we were trading that yesterday. I think Neil's on INO and whatnot today. So, and then there's another one. Codex is a name that we often trade on the show as well. APT, mask maker as well, coming through. So yeah, big time there on some of those names. What was that symbol again? Sorry, Brendan? VXRT. Oh yeah, we've talked about that a few times today. Let's quickly look at that. $3.20, 4% today, and just kind of hovering around here. But let's look at VXRT if it breaks down below $3.10. Yeah, this is a fun time to be alive and trading, guys. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. Yeah,
I see someone mentioning a VTIQ. Good look there, Thomas TV. It did break the low. You just had a huge volume spike. It's only done 2.5 million shares today. But the first thing usually when I see a dump off like this in a name which is if you go back to the daily chart, you can see it's been coming off, and then it has a nice little bounce here. But I am looking at 28 was previous resistance. It did reject lower off the open with a big flush. I want to be fading a move like this if I see that. So I'm now looking at this 25.70 area to be shorting in front on VTIQ. I forget how many days ago it was that we crushed this stock, but we're going to try and get back to that, shorting any kind of a pop here. VTIQ, it looks like it's heading back to the downside once again.
And guys, I mean, yeah, crushing stocks is what I should have done. Still great trade. Made the most money actually on this trade in Target, which happened early. But yeah, guys, thanks for the love on that. I mean, I talked about it early. We talked about Facebook yesterday. I talked about it today. And look, where we get out is a lot different than where you guys may get out. And so here we go, Facebook, a nice little, we look at where we're long, guys. Pre-market trade, 223.50 right there. Thanks, Rob, Lucas. You guys are banging it out again today. 223.50 and then 224.30 there on the break. And now you're up $4 on that trade. So welcome to Profit Land, guys. I really, really hope you get that. Who told you to sell Facebook? I'm not sure who told you to do that. But here we go, upside right now. I sold the 10% last of my position here at 227. And again, the reason why we do that, and we try to tell you guys, pigs get slaughtered. So for me on that one, I just didn't really want to hold it the rest of the way. So I'm happy getting out at 227 and forgoing this. But that was a beautiful break of day high there, 228.25. So yeah, a little bit of a missed opportunity there holding Facebook. So I apologize that it's not a bigger winner. But until you guys see this happen, and where's CCL? I'm still short. These little purple means short sell, and you'll see that on the bottom. So if you're ever seeing us go short, that's what that means, and a purple stock would mean short. So if I was short Facebook there, I would have got blown out, but we have not been short Facebook yet today, just for some of you viewers.
Yeah, I feel like got to be prepared sometimes. VTIQ, I just got the locates. We're only paying 3.5 cents per share, which is fantastic for VTIQ. But it did just get up to 25.50 and then roll back downside as I was trying to get them. I'm not going to chase this trade. I feel like that's just going to be reckless. I'm not going to short 25 even. I'm going to wait for it to get back up to a price that I'm more comfortable with. So we might have missed that little bounce up and you sort of sell on a buy, sell on a bit of a move to the upside there. But I am going to wait patiently for a secondary move, probably probably 25.70, having missed that one. You got to be prepared. That one's on me. We had locates previously on it, but this time I'm going to pay for them. Reasonable price, so we'll go short again, 25.50 to 25.70 on VTIQ. Brendan, what do you got?
Name from earlier in the week, guys. YCBD just popping back up on the scanner here. A little bit of a volume spike for this name. We're talking about ACB giving you a nice short off of the open. This one was pretty good as well. 160, a little bit of support from yesterday afternoon held here in the pre-market, and then you got a big flush all the way down. We're back to 150, guys, on YCBD.
Why? I don't know why, but apparently CBD is pretty good for you. We will wait to see on Alibaba as I'm looking at this one. I still like it, so I'm just looking at some more charts. Although it's consolidating here, normally that's not a fantastic trade for me on these consolidations this late in the day, but I like Alibaba. I made it as a call there, so we're going to stick to it. If it breaks above these kind of levels here, we'll go long. 220, 60, 70, things like that. You'll see me getting long soon on Alibaba, but it's going to be a slippery slope on this one, guys. It hasn't moved too much, so I'll probably only give it back to VWAP, which is about 220 even. So we'll see. If that gets taken, we're going to take it and see if we can't ride this higher. That is Alibaba.
Absolutely, and a good look there. I was just checking back in on NNDM. Of course, that was a wild one earlier this morning. It is consolidating still below this VWAP, still looking for the same break down through about 350. Check that, it's more like 345. So if it takes that out, I still like the short opportunity. There's room to still come down to that 3 even mark that we're looking at before. On any pop, we're still looking at 420 as being the key level. So let's watch very closely on that. I have been also looking at the pullback here in Carnival Cruise Lines. It's still going to be negative on the session, holding below that key target area, but it just crept close to that 20 mark that I wanted to get into and started to roll over early. I'm still going to try and jump into this one. 14.20 to 25 is my out anyway, so we'll start building the position early at 10s. See if we can get an average price about 15 to 20 on Carnival Cruise here, guys.
Yeah, good look there. And again, guys, just so you guys understand, like I'm out of Carnival Cruise now, right? So it does go back above, and I'm just trying to be as transparent as I can. This was a monster short. We cashed in, we got out. I told you I was holding 10% until this break 412 or 410. It breaks, we get out 411. Look, that's the trade. I gave it to you, and now I'm flat, and Carnival Cruise Lines has been destroyed. So that's what that is right there. So hopefully you guys are understanding how I'm trading this name. I'm now flat on Carnival Cruise. I have absolutely no positions whatsoever right now. So we're just going to wait for that Alibaba and Facebook. Look, I mean, I know that was blown off the top there. We're getting ready for Dane, which should be very, very soon. Yeah, holy crow. I don't want to say anything else. 229.25, all-time highs for Facebook. Good to be a stockholder, but I wish I was still an owner of these shares now. But the old investment account reaping the benefits today, guys.
Yeah, and Luckin could make another run to the upside here. 3 even looks like it's about to break. The last time it came to this price, I sort of, my plan was I waited for it patiently to make a top, start rolling over, and then jump into the short trade rather than jump in front of the train. So the only reason I'm not short right now in front of 3 even is because I'd like to see that happen. It's holding 295 right now, and if it rolls here, I'll probably try shorting 93 or 94 quickly and then jump in and out of some shares there to maybe scalp some wins with a 295 break. But Brendan, what do you have?
Finally got the breakdown in alt here, guys. We were talking about this one earlier. Big move up today from 520 to almost 7 there, but big sell order came in, took this thing down to 6 again. So we'll see if we bounce up here and hold below 650 like this ALT, guys.
Yeah, okay, Jarhead. I don't know if you're trying to troll me here or what, but let's just see what's happening with Penn. I know you're not, but 25.70. Okay, still not there. Yeah, Penn's interesting because it's up so much today, but it's not really at the levels right now that I wanted. It's broke down below. If you do get it, maybe back above where I got out here, 25.96 here or so on that 26 break, then maybe. But I'm going to stay away from Penn today. It's my only real loser on the day, so we'll stay away from that name for now. But I do like Penn and DraftKings long term, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all about having the time frame. It's all about having a plan of action. I don't feel like you have to force anything in any of these trades. I want to jump to AAL, if only because this was a short that I did like at that 10 level. If we were able to get there in front of that 10, of course, we didn't have the locate, so I've put on the trade in UAL, which I didn't like quite as much. It is trying to hold this right here at VWAP. I think this is why you don't always want to have a tight stop to either VWAP or just an even dollar. Allow it to travel a couple of cents here. It is trying to hold. The other story that you have to track here as you're looking at some of these names is that little battle that was being waged in the overall market is looking to try to break to the upside. So as much as I'm hunting a few short opportunities here, maybe a luck-in through 3 is worth a scalp to the long side. You are seeing the market break up. There were some names that we did like breaking out to the upside. I think you want to make sure you circle back to some of the stronger names from the morning. One that I will never get away from, despite the fact that I'm shorting now, don't get too far away from 1480 on Carnival. I don't care how far away it gets from that price. It's just about the higher time frame look for me. When I was watching this one all week long, there's a nice level here at 1480 if it ever breaks. I'm trend trading it short as long as it keeps putting in these lower highs. However, if it does break that 1480, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's Friday, whether it's next week, you're going to see me go long. So write that one down.
Okay, yeah, getting some emails here about some more traders that want to come on as guests. So yeah, welcome guys, that's fantastic. Hopefully you'll be doing that as well. Dane coming on today, which should be a good one. My friend from Wisconsin. We'll talk about that as he comes on very, very soon. But there is finally a new button here, and it is not that. Those of you that are joining us for the first time may know that for some reason I started having some fruit salad every once in a while on the show, and we go over what's in it. My favorite tends to be watermelon, especially if it's nice fresh watermelon. We got some cantaloupe there. I don't know. I'm not huge on these blackberries, but they're in there. Oh, grapes, also really nice. And then now we have this one. So here we go. Thank you to Rob. There it is. This is a new little fruit salad time. And right now, as the market gets dyed up, there it is. Let me know if you like that or if that's absolutely ridiculous. But now that the market is slowed down a bit, we'll take some fruit salad time and enjoy the profits. I have a slight loss from top due to pen, but everything else today has been a banger. So there it is again for you guys. It's officially fruit salad time. Let's go.
Absolutely. I think we're very, very close to getting Dane on here. Should be fun. If you have questions, make sure you throw them in there. I'm sort of looking at this luck-in. 160,000 shares on the NASDAQ book at 13 even. We talked about there being a level break. It's now bounced off of it, so as much as I'll try a scalp long, I also said I would go short in front once it rolled over, so we're going to go ahead and do that with a reversal long. But the time has come. Let's go to Brendan. I think we're ready for our guest trader of the day.
Sean just choking on his fruit salad.
No, you know why? Because I see a funny comment in there, Brendan. Quickly. The guy said the code...
Go to Sean, guys. Go to Sean.
Yeah, go to me. Hold on a second. It was hilarious. I don't know who just said that, and that's why I sort of coughed there. That the fruits mentioned, here it is, Abdul Raham. The fruits he mentions in his fruit salad are codes. Okay, so guys, trade those pineapple stocks right now, guys, because we love our pineapple. But shout out to you for that comment. Great comment. Alibaba now for the win. Big time trade happening as we speak, guys. Take it away, Brendan.
Yeah, that's digging in pretty deep. Guys, we're so happy to have our friend Dane from the chat joining us from Wisconsin today. There he is, our third guest trader of the day. Dane, welcome. Dane's a big golfer over in Wisconsin. Have you played in the past couple of days, Dane?
Well, it's been raining the past couple of days here, but prior to that, I just started getting back on the courses. I was able to play Whistling Straits. It is the most top search TikTok little feed right now of my little golf shop, so that's kind of cool.
Are you a big golfer? Have you been golfing for a while?
I've been golfing for a while. My lowest handicap was like around a 1.9, and that was like just a brief time. I'm probably like around a 10 now. It's pretty terrible right now.
That's not terrible at all. How's your trading going today? Any trades as of today?
Today I haven't put on any trades. I watched a wonderful show by you guys. You're probably going to make fun of me on this one. Right now, I'm just in the swing trading mode, and my only trade right now is SPXU, which is like 3 times short the SPY. And as you've seen the last 2 days, that has not been going well. Probably should have tested or waited for the 300 test, maybe. So yeah, I got that. That's about it right now.
Yeah, interesting time for the overall market. Obviously, we're still going back to the upside. Going to bring in the guys here, and we'll get into trading.
Yeah,
sure.
Hey Dane, what's up? I'm with you actually in that SPXU, but right now, guys, we got to floss it off. So sorry about that, Dane, but look at this trade. I've been talking about this trade, Dane, all day long. If you've been watching the show, here's Alibaba. You put on the risk here. It starts coming out. We get long here at 220.65. Fake trades. Hello, watch this one. Upside here, 221 coming through here. Big time winner here. We take out 30, 40, 50 cents. I told you guys that we'd get it out if it came to 221. But this is the kind of trades that we like. I still got on, I guess it's only a third now. I get out too early. Here we go to the upside. 221 breaking, Dane. There it is. What's your favorite thing about the show here, Dane, besides these monster winners?
Oh my God, there's so many things I like about this show. Number one would be the transparency. When you guys enter and exit trades, we can actually see the price where you entered and exited, and then you also do it live, right? It's not in retrospect, because everything's 20/20 in hindsight.
Right.
Like I could pull you up a graph and be like, oh, this was the exact moment for entry here, but it's totally different doing it in hindsight than doing it live. And then how you guys do it too, I think is very realistic. You're day traders, but I've seen other groups day trade, and they're holding it for an hour or two, and they're holding pretty high risk tolerance. I mean, you guys are adding liquidity, right? And you're scalping, and then you'll hold a partial in for that long home run hit, but you're realistic about it. You're not trying to hit home runs every time. You're in and out. You're looking at levels of resistance and support versus just like MAs crossing, things like that. Yeah. So I think you guys are really practical. I think you guys are realistic. And I think you guys are the right way to go if people want to learn how to trade. It's a little fast-paced for a new person, let's say, but anybody who can bear with that for a little bit will get a ton of experience from watching your show. It's phenomenal. And free? Come on! Free?
Even at double the price, right? Shout out.
Free is a great price.
Thank you, Dane. You need a job as a sales guy? That was good.
I know, right? Well, too bad I can't do it as a day trader, but that's another journey. I'll talk about that journey if you'd like. I wouldn't mind. But
actually, no, Dane, that's exactly what I was going to ask you. You talked about getting into swing trading right now, but I mean, we day trade here. Obviously, that's what we do. Did you do a lot of day trading in the past? If you did, what was your approach? A little bit about your journey and your style, and where it's led you to now.
Sure. And I think this might be helpful for anybody who's struggling or struggling with, like, psychological defects, let's say, because I've been trading for about 2.5 years. In the last 2 months, I haven't been day trading, and that's because I pretty much blew up all the accounts I had. And this wasn't because I didn't know how to trade entirely, right? What happened was I wasn't able to mitigate my defects of character. For instance, like if I FOMO'd in, I could justify that FOMO by averaging down and looking at these various indicators and then converting it into a swing when it's like, just kill it. You have a stop for a reason, you have a plan for a reason, kill the trade, right? So my warning to everybody out there is if you find success, even say early on, like Rick, your first guest trader, I think his name was Rick, he did it wonderfully, and I agree with that. That journaling, treat it as a business. In my personal opinion, you got to treat this as a business, because if you don't, if you're cavalier about it, it's going to bite you, because it's so easy to slip into, well, this is kind of just a hobby. I can absorb a loss. Well, those losses will add up. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%. One of the things I'm going to talk, a good example here, and I'm going to bring Luckin Coffee in because I'm ridiculously active on this name today. More trades than normal. I have 146 executions on it. It's on 110 million in volume, but I still have hard rules. As much as I am getting in and out very, very actively in a 3 short here in front at 298, and I'll take a bunch of shares out for like 5-10 cent scalp wins, you still have a hard level that I'm working with. If it breaks $3, just because it's an extra penny or two, I don't let it travel past. And that's one of those things where when that works out for you, or averaging down randomly without a stop, the market's going to punish you. What it'll like to do sometimes is it'll reward you for not following your plan. Then you get overconfident, you do it again. Yep. Believe me, you're just going to pay the price down the line. You're far better off ensuring that you have something that works for you, you find that edge, and you repeat that, as opposed to the things that worked out that weren't good ideas or weren't part of your plan. That's never a way to sort of approach the market. So even in something as active as Luckin, and I know it can get fast at times, we do try to build in the structure. You heard both Sean and I talk about levels that we're using in Luckin, whether it was 250 to get out of shorts because it was a base, whether it was getting in on 280 breaks, whatever it might be. You're sticking to the same types of plans, regardless of your execution and regardless of how you might want to get in and out of trades and your style. A lot of these same rules can apply across the board.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I had some pretty good success really early on before I kind of really knew too much, and I was cavalier with it. And so then I decided, because I had a small account, I was like, how can I get past this PDT rule? Because I want to be able to short stocks too. And I want to be able to trade more than 3 times every 5 days. So then I found this company called like TradeNet that trades CFDs, contracts for difference. So they're outside of the US, and they're able to get around. I live in the US, so I'm subject to the PDT rule. But you would buy their account, and then they pay you if you made profits off the account. And I have nothing against them, perfectly fine. I'm not here to talk any dirt about any companies or anything like that. But not having a structure, not finding my edge and being disciplined enough to stick to it, I would routinely blow things up. I learned along the way, and I had some stretches, some weeks where I'd stay disciplined, and sure enough, it was great. But then my ego would come in. My ego would step in and be like, you got this. You don't need to journal. It's this easy. And then I would hold something and just blow the account, you know? It's just unbelievable.
No, I mean, I think everyone knows how that story might be going when it comes to sort of breaking that rule and not journaling. I know it's a tedious thing to do. Eventually, you do get to a point where it's more of like a mental thing that you're throwing in there. I have notes every single day. I don't know if you guys can throw a camera shot here. I got a nice little iPad that you can see, and I'll put some of the levels down. One of the things that I do in the afternoon is go over some of the levels that I was looking at, the trades that we had set up that we took, the ones that we didn't, the reasons why we did or did not do that, and then how it might have worked out so you can improve for the next day. So it's not only about the executions you made, sometimes it's about the other setups you were looking at that you maybe didn't get into that you could have or should have played. I find there's a lot, sometimes it's even more informative than the trades I did make or didn't make. You talked about that swing trade. Is there anything you're looking at on a specific stock basis today, or was it really just the overall market that you're tracking right now, Dane?
Overall market that I'm tracking right now. So months earlier before the pandemic, we were in such a bull run. It was pretty easy to swing anything if you just went long. It sounds dumb, but it was the case. And then once we started crashing, if you played like TVIX, you know, volatility type plays, that was huge. But now that we're in this zone where I'm waiting to see us kind of retrace a little bit. I would imagine that's what's to come, but when and if we squeeze out first, I don't know. So that's why I'm being timid right now. I'm learning that there is a third option to trading. There's entry, there's exit, and there's also don't trade. So that third one I didn't know very well, and I'm learning that one.
Yeah, I won't name any traders on our floor here, but one of our top traders, his only problem is not knowing when not to trade. I mean, if there's something hot, like I promise you, without even looking, I know he's probably crushing Luckin today. But when you're not supposed to be trading, when there's nothing going on, it's sort of taking a foot off the pedal, and everyone's somewhere on that spectrum. Speaking of Luckin, I should probably get back to that. I was just mentioning to some people on CCL, it's having some trouble going down. I might move to a break-even stop or something closer to 14, 15 here, because it can't seem to break below that 14 mark. But I am going to get back to Luckin Coffee. That is the position that I have on right now, heavily in front of 3 even, shorting 298, getting out in front of 290, sort of rinsing and repeating here during that lunchtime hour. I think you have to switch gears. For me, it could still flush, but I want to make sure I'm taking profit. If it hangs out in this range, I can profit from making 5-10 cents over and over again while holding a core short position. If it breaks 3, I think it's worth a bit of a scalp long. For those of you that have been longing, I've only had one long trade in Luckin all day long today, but you can't run away from it. If it wants to go up, it's a heavily shorted name. It can get a bit of a squeeze action play. So that's what I'm working with here. Small position in CCL and still working Luckin short.
Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah, we're crushing this fruit salad here. Yeah, that's right. We keep hitting this with our thing. So, all right, fruit salad gone. Yeah, part of it is knowing, Neil hit it on the head there, part of it is knowing when to stop trading, and that's what I'm doing right now, guys. It's 11:40. BOBA right now, we have like 20% of our position left here. I'm still waiting to see if we get down below 220.40. Yeah, I apologize for that sound there with the clanging, but okay, 220.87 Alibaba. And yeah, you know what, I'm going to try to hold this one for a little bit longer. And the reason why, guys, is, I mean, come on, Facebook. Yeah, we give an alley-oop to the market. This is, again, a top stock here. But dang, this is kind of a problem sometimes that I have, you know, trading bigger shares. Get out a little bit too fast because you see that profit. And I'm with you, man. Like, sometimes it's, wow, I can't believe that stock went up. And then when it does, you're like, oh, man, I'm just going to cash out. And then you miss out on some of these big runs. Thank God I held 10% there. But I like that as a strategy. That might be something that you may want to add to your toolbox there. You talked about getting a little bit overconfident. Sometimes take out the profit, and then as it's running, hold a little bit so you can celebrate some of these plays. But that's some, you know, just some advice on that one. And you're seeing that happen right now in Alibaba. I'm going to see if it can't even continue to go upside. But watch out for these futures. But that's my trade. Where is your out on SPXU, by the way? You talked about being disciplined. Where is your out? Because if you're long with me, you're long like, I think it's like 1590, something like that. SPXU, you did talk about that, and we don't mind going over things as a long-term play. Look at this blow up here on that big move upside, obviously, when the market got crushed. This is a reverse ETF. So what is your strategy here? We're already near the lows.
Yeah, for SPXU, I kind of went into it, and it's not as disciplined as it should be. So I'm following the SPY more than I'm following SPXU, and I'm checking back on it. But I was looking for the SPY to retest, like, you know, around the 270 area. I was going to hold until I see something around there. The problem, I think, with these ETFs is they devalue over time, right? So the longer that takes, the less likely I'll be able to get out with any sort of profit. So that's what I would say about that, about the 270 area on the SPY. So the equivalent would be around, I would say, what would that be? It looks like it'd be like 24 through 25-ish zone. I mean, that'd be wonderful. That's a lot.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'd be celebrating that one with you there, buddy. But that's SPXU. We have a question for you here on the chat, and that is what kind of work do you do as far as studying trades? Do you do anything overnight? Do you sort of just watch the show? Do you wait for the morning to start look at things, or does your preparation start right after 4 o'clock?
In regards to swing trading or day trading, because I could speak on either. Now, again, the day trading didn't go so well, but I believe it was due to my psychology. The swing trading is going so-so. You know, I'm green. Right now, like I said, I'm taking a hit with the swinging. But for swing trading, I watch the show every day. Every day that I'm not at work, I watch this show. My routine in the morning actually was I would watch Benzinga's Premarket show, because those guys are mostly swing traders. Then I'd watch Bear Bull's free YouTube stream for about a half hour there when they're prepping everything about their morning. Then I flip over to you guys, right? So I try to kind of get what everybody's looking at. And then on top of that, I look for topical plays. Like you got the vaccine plays, like INO, mRNA for right now with the COVID virus. So I'd look at the RVOL there and levels of resistance or whatnot. But another thing, too, is I would look at float size, short float, and I would also look at news, like their news runway, right? So if they got a lot of things in phase, like say it's a biotech and they got things in phase 1, phase 2, they're looking at completion dates, and like for INO, for instance, they were coming out with this potential COVID vaccine, right? Then Citron sued them. Then Citron lost that suit, but that was a huge dump. But they also had other things down their pipeline, which is a news trajectory. So they were topical, they were relevant. The vaccine that they're trying to build was relevant, right? Any news on that would cause high RVOL. Plus they had other things in the pipeline that would cause high RVOL. Plus that sector was hot. So I look for things like that.
You know what I love? I'm going to break you off right here for a second, because we were talking about INO all morning long, and one of the things I was saying, because I hunt for shorts on these anyway, I know you probably watched this, and when it gaps up, I'm looking for retracement plays, but specifically on INO, every short was a tighter stop for me, because there are some other fundamental plays to be had, especially when it comes to their pipeline, whereas a lot of these other gap ups, it's like one drug that they have, and so realistically, it just gets overpriced, it goes too far, and you sell back in. INO is a bit of a different story, so I'm always careful shorting something like this, but that comes down to what you said there. It's research. You know, that's the kind of thing. You can't just lump everything into the same basket and treat it the same. Every stock's going to be a little bit different. You got to have that plan. I love seeing that reinforcement, Dane. So I absolutely love bringing these guest segments in, because you get a bit of a different perspective. Now you get the swing trading perspective. We get to talk about preparation in the morning. I have one question about your prep though. If you find that, like, I don't know, like let's just make something up here, like obviously I don't know if you commute or any kind of travel. Let's say something happens in the morning, you don't get your preparation in as well, so you're half an hour behind. The market open is rubbing up to the open. What do you do in that situation? Do you adjust? Do you just sort of dive in, find the stocks, trade no matter what? Or do you maybe take a step back if you find that your plan it doesn't go like you'd like to have it in the morning when it comes to preparation? Is there something you like to do differently in that case?
Well, so when I was day trading, that's what the beauty about day trading is to a certain extent. And you got enough charts up, let's say you miss your morning routine, maybe take a pause, but it's really easy to find which stocks are high liquidity or high RVOL or have news, right? And then you can look at like yesterday's close, open, or any levels, or the 2 days prior to that, and then see if the RVOL has made it diverge from the SPY, let's say. So say the SPY is bullish, heading to a level of resistance, and say the stock is aligned with the SPY and it had positive news, but it's losing some of its RVOL. Say we're heading towards lunch. And if you couple that to like the SPY heading towards resistance, you could probably, like Neil, I know you love to do this stuff, but short in front of that level with a stop over that level. So day trading, I think what I'm learning has a little bit less prep, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. I'm not a professional, obviously. Has a little less prep involved in right off the morning, because the scanners and everybody else looking at stuff, you can scalp things, you can find levels intraday or the past couple days, or even open it up to a daily chart, look there. But with swing trading, I think there's a little bit more to it as far as what's the news, how's the news been, what's its relative strength or weakness been compared to the market, how's the sector doing, is the sector hot, that type of thing.
Absolutely. I love those answers. Brendan quickly has something for us. What do you got, Brendan?
Yeah, I want to jump in here, guys, because Dane is speaking my language. You've mentioned RVOL a few times, guys. For anyone watching who doesn't know what that is, we'll just break it down. Relative volume, right? So we're looking for higher relative volume on stocks right from the pre-market throughout the entire morning. I have tailored brands up here, Dane. 23% on the day. This thing's doing 2.5 times its normal relative volume. So for anyone wondering, RVOL is elevated volume on the day, right? There we go. Guys, back over to you.
No, we absolutely love it. And this, oh, sorry, no, Valeria has something.
Yeah, hello dear viewers, and hey Dane. Yeah, nice seeing you joining us. Well guys,
Dane, settle down there, Dane.
Hey Dane, tell us please, how are you doing so far? How you feel being live at Trader TV Live? Are you excited? Is it scary?
Oh, it was very nerve-wracking, and two, it was also nerve-wracking because I really had to come to terms with the fact that, like, I'm not day trading right now as much as my heart wants to be, and I have a little extra funds where I can probably dump it into something and get some account going. I have to not do that right now, and then admit that, like, yeah, like I might have had some good streaks, but overall, because I haven't shaped up and become more disciplined about it, treating it like a business, treating it like it's serious, not gambling, right? I've lost because of that. So that was kind of nerve-wracking to come on air and be like, yeah, I'm a red day trader, 2.5 years. They say that learning curve's around 2 years. Well, I just broke that and still red. And I'm still coming back.
Great.
Love it.
That's great. I wish you a great trading profitable day. And guys, you can join us also. Send your request at marketing@Trader TV Live. You see, this is awesome. We're having fun. We are talking. Dane sharing his experience. A lot of great stuff, Dane. Thank you. We're very happy that our viewers are so intelligent and cool. And the best thing about our live stream, that it brings people from all over the world with same interests together. So guys, subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up, and also sign up for our everyday morning watch list. I'll see you later. Bye, Dane. See you later. Back to traders.
Love you. Don't go too far.
Love you.
She's right
Oh,
here.
wow,
Don't worry
she
about
does-
it, Dave.
she does the Justin
Don't
Bieber
worry.
that
I
day.
love it. She does the Justin Bieber. I'm going to hit this one for you guys. We talked about the community. We talked about the guests. We talked about you guys. I'm going to shout out to, I believe it was Massey. I've been trading INO all morning long, reminding me that it was getting to that 16 even level. Sometimes you help us to make trades. I did jump in the short. I was talking about shorting pops. I got away from that. I was reminded of a key level. I dive into the short here at 1587 in front of that 16. We're already in the money here. It's rolling over again. We'll take some out in front of 1550. That's the structure.
Here comes
Again,
XRNE right
tighter
here.
moves if it's going to be something along the lines of lunchtime trading, but I still want to see if it can retest that 15 bottom. You're talking about SRNE?
Yeah, here comes SRNE right now, guys. Big move upside here. We're going to go long if it breaks through $5. So SRNE, normally we're done. It's 1147. Normally this is not something I'll trade, but we'll see. We'll give this a go. We know SRE can run, so let's just see. Maybe there's some news on this one. We're going to wait to see on SRNE. Now we are long right here, guys, at the money. Well, not at the money anymore. 502 is our long spot, so let's just wait to see. It breaks through 5. It could fail. I mean, this is not a huge spot here. We get a little bit of bunched up here. We're going to hold this to 485. Let's see what SRNE can do now to the top side here. You never know with these stocks, so we're going to give it to 485. Not a huge spot right there at all, but SRNE looking to go upside on this one. Look, guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I think we're getting near 1,000 likes, but I did want to ask you one quick question here, Dane, and it's important to us that we know this. Why do you think that if a viewer's watching this and they haven't hit subscribe yet, let them know why they should, and more importantly, why you continue to watch every day as well?
I continue to watch because, like, I've been around, and I haven't been around long. 2.5 years is kind of long, kind of not. But I was watching every day. I was trading from pre-market through all day at the screen. I was like the guy Neil was talking about, where I would over trade. I love trading, probably to a fault. So we got to rein that back. But during that journey, I searched through tons of different multimedia and social media platforms to look for a trading community, because I think that's important. You have to learn. And so I've been through quite a few, and I have not stumbled across one this unique. You guys, like I said, are transparent. It's real. It's free, which is unbelievable. You explain what you're doing, why you're doing it. And all the trades, you're just kind of fast paced because it needs to be, so you can't explain every single trade that you're doing, but you're always there. You're showing your P&L live. You're not trying to sell me anything. You're just happy for us to be around, and it's wonderful. And you make it entertaining, which, I don't know, I think that adds a lot of pizzazz. You guys can trade and be entertaining. That's a lot of fun.
Great.
Speaking of entertaining, I was just so mesmerized there talking to you. I was sort of mismanaged my luck and trade short in front of that 3. Missed the break. I talked about reversing to a quick long and ended up with 0.3s instead of 0.1s. So you're going to pay an extra couple of cents there. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a little bit sloppy, which happens from time to time in execution. Like I said, I don't want to hold this trade for too long when it comes to any long trade in Luckin for me. I know my screen is on SRNE, which I was also watching when Sean brought it up, because that was a really good stock the last few sessions, but you are seeing that break in Luckin. This is why I took so many shares off in front of 290, so I could reload in front of 3, and then now we're reversing long. There is this level back here earlier in the session in front of 310 that it had trouble in front of. If it can't break that, I won't be in this trade for too long, but we'll see if we can't work along and Luckin. Only the second time today I'm taking this. I have a big time bias when you get stocks that are being threatened to be delisted. But of course, hey, if people get squeezed, it can always go to the upside. So long here in Luckin. Sean, I know you have that SRNE. I haven't watched that one until just now when you mentioned it, so I have no levels. What are you looking at for a target there, out of curiosity?
I don't even have an order out. I'm going to wait. All the way up here at least 520. So we'll see, but I don't know if that's going to come through. The action was nice at 5. It only got as high as 508. I'm going to take more long here if it breaks above 510, but yeah, SRNE, we're letting that one go. So we're going to wait to see here how high this one does come up. And just to give you guys an update, and here you go, Dane. So here goes Alibaba, right back to flat for me. But like I said, we only have 10% left. So that's why, and that's how. I did the same thing to you there about SPXU. Sometimes when these things run, man, you got to take some money out. And it was a big trade. It's the time of day. We let it go just in case it kept running. But right now we have 10% left, and we're going to wait until 220.40 breaks, and then we'll get out. And so you celebrate up here 90% of your wins, 20, 30, 40 cents, and then the 10% loser will be roughly a 30-cent hit on that one. So thank you for bringing up how honest we are with our trades, because honestly, for me, that's super important. We have to have some clarity on our trades, and we love being honest with you guys. Win or lose, that's what we do on the show.
Yeah, otherwise no one would get anything from it. That's the thing, right, Sean? You could sit here and we could pretend that every trade's a winner. Like, I roll over to the long, I take one exit out of this bloody long in Luckin. I had an opportunity to take some out for a couple of pennies, get that nice little scalp. And now I'm sitting here in front of 3 even, and I should be 301 long, should be 3 even long. I'm 303. I'm going to throw away an extra couple of pennies. And it doesn't seem like much given the bigger wins that we had, but it just sort of irks me when I don't follow my plan. And I like to have precise order entry if I'm active on a stock, and I have like 156 executions here. So I don't like making mistakes. That's why I'm a little irritated by it, if you can't tell. But Brennan, what do you have for us here?
Yeah, just on that SRNE, Sean, you were calling out Moderna there earlier in the week, wondering what was up with the share offering. SRNE, if you guys remember, way back on Friday, they came out with positive news regarding their possible COVID-19 vaccine. So Hindenburg out today, guys, with a short call. They're a popular short selling site. Hindenburg with a short call on SRNE as well, guys.
Nice.
Oh,
now they're making the short call after it topped out at 10, has been falling for 3 days in a row. Good look here. Look, someone was asking about this stock. I've been shorting it the last couple of days here. Today there was just too many other interesting names to be playing, but it's back on the radar for me. There was a bit of a level down here. If you go in the past 490 or so, 495 has been one. I said to someone in the chat this morning, that if it failed to hold above 5 and you're holding long term, you need to be out of this stock. So hopefully you did dump off the open when that happened. But you do see some levels of resistance to the upside. The next one would be about 515. So if it breaks that, 510, 515, I think maybe it goes up. 7 was a monster level on this stock, and it broke like 5 times one afternoon, and it only got 10 cents before flushing, and it was a huge sell-off when that happened. So I am sort of alert to that happening. It fails to get 515, and I might hunt that short again if it holds below 5 even. So I am looking for an afternoon short opportunity in SRNE. A break has a lot of potential, especially how heavily shorted it tends to be.
May I ask you guys a question?
Yep.
No.
Okay, so one of my problems with my day trading was I loved it so much, right? It became actually my hobby. I didn't have other hobbies. Like, I moved my hobbies away, and that became my passion, right? And I was like, oh, you know, like Neil says, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I think I took that to an extreme. Now I got to ask you, do you guys have hobbies outside of your trading? Like, is this literally just a job that is also fun to you, or is this your number one, like, I live to trade?
I mean, obviously my family comes first to me, but the only other thing outside of trading, Sean mentioned something about sports gambling. I will admit to this. I do not gamble on sports because I'm way too big of a fan. Like I'm a disciplined trader, but I love baseball. If I started gambling on baseball, you would probably never see me again. So that's one thing I stay away from, but I'm a huge baseball fan. I love statistics. I love the analysis aspect of it. So I play fantasy sports. It's that, it's trading, and it's my family. Those are the big hobbies for me. I like to stay active too. We sit down a lot as traders. If I don't work out like 3-4 times a week, I actually get depressed. Like I have to stay active. We're sitting a lot of the time, and it's forced thing you're doing as a trader. So I like to maybe move around, run, whatever it might be, just to get the blood pumping. I got to do that at least a few times a week, or it's trouble for me.
Yeah, and I mean, huge sports fan, huge fantasy fan as well, as we keep going. Wow, there goes Lucky back in time. But yeah, no, look, you got to dedicate. I mean, and you already hit the nail on the head with this one. You got to dedicate a lot of time and effort if you want to become a professional of anything. And that's sort of what I tell everybody. People say, you know, they want to become a professional day trader. Well, what does the word profession mean? And to me, it means that you're able to make a living off of what you're doing for work. And that's how you become a professional. Like, you just don't become a professional lawyer in one day, Dane. You don't become a professional golfer in even 5 years, right? And so to say that you only have 2 years of experience and you haven't been successful, that really doesn't have anything to do with anything. Stick with it. Be passionate about something, because 2 years is really a short journey, to be honest with you. I started here at this company in 2002, and I've had so many different hats, and I did start as a trader, and then I worked with the management team. I traveled all over the world with Day Trade the World, hence the name, and opened up offices everywhere. And I just think that to become professional in something, you got to put in the time and the effort. So do not get depressed. Take your time, work out on trades, and stay focused, because again, it's a timing thing, man. To become professional, anything takes discipline and time. So sometimes 2 years is actually not, I mean, just to become like an accounting clerk, you got to go through schooling and then study all these tests and blah, blah, blah. And you know, how long does that take? A lot of people, they pick up day trading and they say, oh, wow, you know, I'm going to do this in 6 months or 3 months or 4 months. No, it takes a lot longer than that. And that's why we're here to educate. And thank you for bringing up, you know, the fact that we stay free. I mean, look at this trade on Alibaba here, just as an example, Dane. I mean, many traders may have held this. Now, I'm going to hit the perfect button, not because we crushed the stock, which we did, and I wish it would have kept going up, but look what happened right here. I mean, this is a perfect example. We're not going to win on every trade, and look what happens. We go upside, we take out the profit, we hold 10%, and then look where we get out. We save ourselves literally $1 here. If we're still holding, we're out of that. So I don't get greedy. We stay disciplined. We stay on our stocks, and then look what happens to the downside. So there you go. I mean, sometimes it's not just about your winners, but it's also about managing your losers. And I'm actually going to tweak this chart out. I'm
hitting the confetti for that. It's my favorite thing to say right there. You save yourself money. And Sean, again, I don't want to throw any traders under the bus or name names, but when it comes to how long your journey might be, Sean and I, we had our own trading floor before. I got into this business when Sean was in it for about a year, and he brought me in. And one of the traders we know from way back in the day, he's one of the top traders on our floor. It took him years to break through. When he did, it was well worth it. But I mean, you never know what your journey is going to be. He had successes early, he had failures, and then when he got over that hump, it was really just about putting the effort in on a consistent basis. And when he finally broke through the hump and never looked back, it was certainly worth it. It's one of those journeys that There is no fast track. There is no cheating, nothing like that. You just have to put in the time and effort and stay disciplined. So I'm glad that you're following that path. I'm glad you're getting something from this because we love doing it, but honestly the satisfaction that we get from seeing you guys excited or seeing you guys put the comments in that you learned something or made a good trade, like it can make our day sometimes. Almost more than winning trades ourselves. But certainly it can. And thank you very much for that. Brendan, I do believe we have some earnings to get to, however, so let's go to the desk.
Yeah, indeed. Well said, right across the board, guys. Dane, it is almost that time of day, but we do one thing or a couple things before the end of the show every day. And that is, first off, see what's coming up both after market tonight and before the open tomorrow as far as earnings are concerned. Guys, we still have a number of names on this board that are decent as far as opportunities for tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Macy's, Dane, get ready to chip in here. Dane, L Brands, of course, they just had that private buyout possibility. Expedia there, they're going to be negative, obviously, in the travel group. Neil and Dane, what are you guys thinking here?
You know what's hilarious? I see Medtronic there. It's a name I used to trade. I probably will not be heavily there, but it's going to be about Best Buy and Macy's. Retail space has been good on a daily basis. Obviously, Target today, whether you look at Walmart recently, those names all over them. It's the same way the travel space stays in play for us on a daily basis. The retail names just have to be on the watch list in some shape or form, at least for me anyways. Dane, I'm going to leave this with you, and I'm kind of put you on the spot here. Apologies. Obviously, I know you're tracking the overall market. When it comes to earnings plays, are there any adjustments you make, or maybe you only care about if it had been like Amazon or Google, or something a little bit bigger, maybe like a Boeing or something like that, or you just sort of throw earnings out the board when it comes to your swing trading? What are you looking at on a daily basis? Like when the day ends today, what are the kind of things you're going to leave here looking for?
Well, earnings plays with swing trading, I think, is kind of hard. Again, with the day trading, you're able to more jump in, jump out quickly. And like, since I have the PDT rule in play, if I'm one trade away from hitting that PDT rule, I know I have to hold whatever I'm going to hold overnight. And so earnings can come with, you could have great earnings news, but get that shakeout, right? There's shakeouts everywhere. Market makers are swinging people left and right. So it depends on if you're willing to hold, in my opinion, if you're willing to hold it beyond the next day or two after earnings, and then what you forecast. Like Netflix earnings a couple quarters back, they were looking really good. My parents had just become subscribers of Netflix, and they're not going to subscribe to Apple or Disney, and they loved this programming on Netflix. And that's when I realized that, holy cow, Netflix has grabbed a demographic I never thought they would. Regardless of their earnings, I think they're going to go up. And so I bought in, and I think they had good earnings, but they absolutely tanked right off the bat and shook a lot of people up. Hold it for a couple more days, and you see it come back. So earnings is just volatile, but stick to your guns, stick to your plan.
Absolutely.
Right, quick
There's one more
update here, Neil. Don't worry about what day it is right now. SRNE, guys. There's the floss it off. $5. We talked about taking that. We talked about getting out at 520. There it is, now 524. We also talked about getting more long at 510. So there we go, guys. Sometimes I get a little excited when we're making that kind of cash. And Dane, you know what that's all about. And so here it is again, upside on SRNE. Ho-hum, just a 20-cent winner on this $5 name to close out the show. Valeria, let us know what day this is.
Thank you, Sean. And hey, guys, first of all, thank you very much for joining us today, for all of your great words on the chat. We are having an amazing audience. Guys, please hit the thumbs up if you didn't do it yet. We are trying to reach 1,000 likes, which would be absolute record. But anyways, thank you very much. We reached more than 900 likes today. We reached, I believe, more than 1,000 new subscriptions. And subscribe, guys, and join us every day for more trading and for just nice company. And of course, sign up for our free watch list. The link on the chat, hit that, put your name and write your email address. And of course, shout out to Dane. Thank you very much for joining us today, for all of your nice comments, and for being always with us. And guys, you can join us also. Send your request at Marketing and Trader TV Live and trade live with us together. We will have fun, trade and talk. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. So guys, I wish you all to be a millionaires, because today is the National Be a Millionaire Day. Dane, I wish you to be a millionaire. No, I wish you to be a billionaire.
Wow.
Billion. There you go. I feel like we're making these up. There's really a National Millionaires Day. I find these to be, they're a lot of fun, of course. Dane, I hope you had a lot of fun. I know we enjoy bringing you on here. Big shout out and thank you so much for joining us. Anybody that wants to be a guest trader of the day, be sure to email and let us know if you are interested. We're lining them up. We have a few that are going to be coming in on an every other day basis. It's a lot of fun. Throw your questions in here. I'm going to go down the line, save it for last there. Dane, Valeria doing a fantastic job like she always does with the made up day, Millionaires Day. Hopefully she'll be one day if we can get you trading. And to my good friend Sean Katina over there doing the fruit salad, we did get that key set up, so we love it. There it is. Oh, you got it. Is that a new one or is that
same one?
Same one. Okay, we got the frog.
The lucky frog.
The good luck lucky frog.
Yeah. How could, I mean, I'm up 3 times what I was yesterday, and we showed the lucky frog. So there we go. Lucky frog time today as we just keep going. And thank you to my lovely daughter for this. Check me out on Twitter. I did post a picture of her and I last night as we were face painting. That was fun. Thank God that came off. It wasn't coming off. And I thought I'd come here with a huge butterfly on my head, but today no. Dane, why don't you say your goodbyes, and once again, thank you so much for coming on, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me. It was wonderful. It helped me. Hopefully it helps anybody who's going to be going down the journey similar to what I took. Hang in there. Thanks for the kind words. I love you guys. I watch you as much as possible. Always entertaining, always productive, always transparent. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. And also thank you to our good friend Brendan. I know he gave us a lot of names today. I mean, it was ridiculous how many popped up, whether it was the halts. This is what we try to bring to you guys. Live news, live trades all day long. And as always, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow.